3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to episode 214 of Ruse Radio. We are back at it again with a very special guest. Please introduce yourself, sir.
That was really good.
Thank you.
My name is Timothy Edward, also known as Tim the Mime. You can find me at social media. You can find me at social media.
You know, like the social media you go to down the street.
At Tim the Mime.
So
For free.
The only Tim the Mime? You're the only one? Like
As
Tim
far
the
as
Mime
I've
everywhere?
Killed the others.
Well, you know, it's just, for me, there were no other, there's the Ruses, for me, I think it's too hard to go get them because...
Sounds like a ruse, what you're saying.
What's upsetting, man, it is a ruse because I want to be Ruse, but instead I have to be like Ruse_official and things like this. So I'm jealous if you get to be just
At least
Tim the
you're
Mime.
official.
Yeah, that's true. They're not official, those other ones. The other one, I want to say...
Do they say official?
No,
Well,
they don't.
Then who's official?
Me. But I'm okay. I like what you're saying, but
Who's the mime? I'm a mime. My name's Tim.
But wouldn't-
Tim the Mime.
but would
Mime
you,
Tim.
okay. But to my point, would you rather be Tim the Mime _official or Tim the Mime?
How about officially Tim the Mime?
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Officially Ruse.
No, officially Ruse.
Rebrand your whole thing. That's so much better.
No, they won't remember that. Officially Ruse, and then they think that's my rap name. They think that's like the whole thing. You got to be careful because they
Officially
think
Ruse. There's some booze. Don't use no ruse. Who's Ruse? I'm Ruse. Use. Onomatopoeia.
Oh, you should be a rapper. That's
Thanks.
pretty
I'm
good.
sort of a professional.
Incredible. I mean, you're a mime. You could consider me a person that knows not very much about mimes. I know a little bit about clowns, but I don't know if there's like any connection between those cultures or beef between those cultures. I have no idea. I just know like I've
None
learned.
that I'll speak of.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything publicly about that. But what
Those freaking guys.
it would be so funny. It's like a street war.
There's actually this movie where it's called Shakes the Clown, and I'm pretty sure young Adam Sandler is in it. I could be wrong, but Robin Williams is in it. And there's this scene where the clowns are driving throughout this like tiny town, and almost everyone there works as a clown, weirdly enough. I recommend it, but they pull up, and he's like, what the heck? There's some mimes over there. And then they go, oh, God, there's clowns. And then the clowns beat up the mimes, and they fight in public, and hilarity ensues.
So this is
I'm
I'm not the first person to think this, of course, because it just seems
nothing
to me
we think is original. There's no point.
That's something that I would have assumed is that like, because it's like in comedy you see improv versus stand up, so I would just assume that like the clowns would be like no we're not mimes, and the mimes would be like no we're not clowns.
You know what? I've experienced a little bit of that, but it's per what the person's interested in and what their goals are, and that's just something I had to accept. Like, so people are not going to be thinking about this the same way you are, or like even interested in the same types of performance.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different types of rap, I assume, right? I mean, but everyone's a rapper.
Oh, and I was about to say, I think of things in the broad sense. Like, I think of everything that way. I don't even think, I've always said, when I write a song, I don't even think of it like I'm writing a rap song. I think of it like I'm writing a song, because that's what makes a good song. Is like, I'm not thinking in the boundaries of anything, and that's how it's creative. And so if I start thinking, oh, this is this type of song, and I'm trying to do this type of thing, and I'm trying to be a rapper or whatever. So I think like as soon as you start doing that, like, of course there's rules, but the rules only matter so much as they matter, right? So it's like, if you're a mime, you follow all those rules, but that's what's great about it. And then if you're doing a clown thing, you follow all those rules, and that's what's great about it. And those are two different things that you can learn from both of them.
But you can also...
And you can merge in cool ways. Exactly. And if you don't want to learn, if you close your mind off and you don't do that, then you're just not getting that experience.
The only thing that I've gotten into it with, like with other clowns I know is that I'm more of a traditionalist. And I do think, though, that something that I'd like to ask you is like what you consider like baseline definition. What do you consider to be the source slash? Because to me, this is kind of what I'm talking about. I've had arguments with my friends where I argue that scary clown and burlesque clown and drag clown are not the same as just clown. It is clown. However, I do think
like genres.
Yes, I do think though it's important to differentiate and define artistic styles.
Right.
And I've gotten some heat for that, where they're like, well, because sometimes what their performance is and what they're doing is like playing with gender or sexuality with their clown, and I think that's very interesting. But I don't think that's necessarily the same thing as clown. Like I think that clown,
like traditional clown.
well, to me, clown means that it's universally able to be seen by everyone.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean it's for children. It's universal, though. So like a 2-year-old and a 90-year-old will laugh at the same thing. I think that's a fundamental thing, and it's bringing joy. Joy is something experienced from everyone. And if you're a scary clown, even if you're going to a haunted house, they're going there to be entertained by seeing that scary person, and then they laugh afterwards. However, the thing is that they're still frightened, and fright is not the same as joy. I'm saying the emotional response immediately is generally joy. If you're a clown, you're trying to get that. You're trying to get people to use their imagination in a positive way. You're trying to get people to play, usually without a fourth wall. You try and make a game with the audience and play with them in that and surprise them in it. And then you also try and, again, get them to be happy and feel joy and laugh. Now, you don't always have to make them laugh, but it's more importantly, it's the thing of emphasis of joy. And I think that implies in a clown, the definition that I'm putting it, that means that everyone can see it. So then if it's burlesque or drag, where it may be more sexual, or if it's spooky, if a kid can't see it, if it would scare like a person with like dementia or Alzheimer's, that's where I'm coming from. That maybe that is not traditional clown. So that I argue clown, what I define is that, the traditional sense. That's the baseline. And then
But people don't normally think of it in these terms.
No, they think, well, you're discrediting that art or that style because you're saying, well, then drag and burlesque clown is not just clown. Or
Right.
scare clown is not just clown. And I say, no, it's not just clown.
Well, I mean, I've always
That's
said
my
like
point.
hip
Not
hop.
just clown.
So someone once said to me, it was the second interview, because I used to do this thing called 60 Seconds with, and that was how I kind of got started doing interviews. And so I got this guy who's a photographer. He's still fantastic. He's gotten even better since then. His name's Evil Rico Photography, and he does like horror photography. He's so good. And he had said to me that rap went through what rock music went through in like the 70s, the 80s, where it started to have all these genres come out. And so you couldn't just call it rock music anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's all these different things.
Yeah.
But we never applied that to rap. We never said about rap, oh, it's not just rap. It's this type of rap and this type of rap and this type of rap. And that's what drives me nuts, because I think I'm a traditionalist with hip hop. I think of rap like an MC from the 90s, where you have to like be so good just individually on your own with the way that you craft this poetry and then you present it. It's all in your soul and the way you present this. Like there's something about it that's so personal that only you can do. And that's what's so cool about rap. And that's like no other genre can really achieve that in the way that rap does. It's a cool thing. And that is so not what most people think rap is, in my opinion, because they're not wrong, but it's just that there's so many genres. It's like what you're saying. It's the same thing, just in the rap world.
My argument stems from kind of what you're talking about is, well, it's not in the same way, but that.
But I just mean like I see the way that it was, like traditionally, what it used to be, like what people fundamentally at its core, what it was, and then I see how it's really branched off into all these different things.
This is the
They're all
best or
good.
the only one. I'm just saying, what's the base? Let's agree on that, because the thing is, a lot of my friends that I've disagreed with happen to be like non-binary people, and I think that the reason that they might get offended is because when they hear me say like this is not like the same thing as clown. It's something else. It's referencing it. It's because their performance correlates with their own identity so strongly. So it sounds like I'm like misgendering them, or like I'm saying what their experience is not valid.
Right.
However, I think that sexuality and gender and art exist differently. I think that gender is a spectrum and sexuality is a spectrum and can't be labeled down easily, and is not necessarily helpful to even do that. However, I think art is the opposite. I think it's important to define, because that's the wonderful thing of art, that we can have so many variations and so many have the specificity to defining how we use it. So I think that that's where people get me wrong about that in the clown community. I by no means am here to say anyone's invalid at all. I'm just saying with art, we should define it. Because if we lose where we're specifically coming from with art, then it becomes soupy and then it dissipates.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. So, like, what do you mean, like, define it? Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, because I guess what I'm saying is, I think what's stemmed from the arguments I've had is that when they hear me say, well, we need to define things, if you were to relate that to the gender or sexuality realm, you have to be in this box.
Right.
That sounds very problematic. I don't agree with that. However, I'm not talking about it from that perspective. I'm talking about it from the art perspective.
Right.
I'm talking about defining the art specifically. If
Yeah,
you were
but
to
how do
ask
you
someone
define the art,
themselves,
though? Like, how would you define the art? Like,
what
how
I
would
did
one do
earlier,
that?
I would say clowning is able to be seen by everyone. This is baseline clowning. You know,
see.
so but it's like, that's why I'm saying, because their art is related specifically to how they go about the world. They identify as with this so strongly that it is part of their personality. It's part of how they interact with the world and function in it. So if I'm discrediting their art, then I'm discrediting them.
Yeah.
And I understand, but that's not intentionally what I'm doing. I'm more just
Right.
saying I think we should define what original clowning is as these general characteristics. That's what I've been running into, which I don't necessarily
It just reminds me.
understand why, but
in my mind, I'm thinking like that's like you. I was telling you earlier, like how I got involved with like comedians and all this. I feel like if I went to one of these open mics that I haven't went to, one of these rap open mics, this is the experience I would have. I would see a bunch of people
it's inside baseball. Like what are you talking about?
I would see a bunch of rappers who they don't rap like me at all. I'm like the guy who's thinking like, what are you guys doing? And I would like get so upset. And I would actually like probably start talking to them. I'd be like, guys, like this isn't rap. Like, what are you doing? And like, then they would kick me out and it would be bad. Like, it's good that I worked with comedians first, because I don't even think I like most rap. And so I've learned like with some things, it's hard because you just don't agree with it, but you also have to just accept that it is what it is. Maybe it's just going to do what it's going to do. And I shouldn't even say either way, because I should just do the best that I can.
I'm doing in my
It's hard because
my realm, exactly.
I don't know what the right answer is. Sometimes it is better to like, because you want clowning and miming to be its best. So you want because you care about the art
because it's
form.
thoroughly not respected.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, what are you gonna do to fix that? And so you feel that, but also it's like sometimes those are just minor battles that aren't worth fighting.
I'll piggyback off what you're saying. The reason why I emphasize that I do traditional stuff is not because I'm a traditionalist.
Yeah.
It's because I frankly think that the burlesque and scare and drag clown is sometimes people's first introduction to clown. And so they never get to even play with the concepts that I was taught or that I looked into or that I practice, which I think is unfortunate. I think a kid's first interaction with clown should not be Terrifier or It. I do not think that's right. I don't think you should let your kid watch Terrifier. I don't think anyone should watch Terrifier.
I still haven't seen it.
It's terrible. He scalps someone in the Christmas one.
I'm not surprised.
And they call him a clown. That's kind of where I'm coming from. Terrifier is not a clown. And John Wayne Gacy, in my opinion, is that famous guy that was he lost his license, in my opinion, when he did those terrible things. So that's kind of where I operate.
I mean, he's for those that don't know, he's like the original killer clown archetype character. Because the 70s, 80s,
he did a lot. My dad had people directly affected by that guy, unfortunately. So,
and what is it, like 20 bodies in his house, 30 bodies in his house?
But that has nothing to do with clowning.
Exactly. That's just one crazy
and neither
person.
does it. It isn't even a clown. He's a monster. He's like a weird spider, like guy.
I mean,
seen that?
I do
It's
think that
crazy.
there's always been those kids that were like afraid of clowns no matter what.
What
Like,
are they afraid of clowns or a warped aesthetic?
Exactly, they're afraid of that, and so then you exaggerate that,
Because
and you
Steve
turn
Martin's
it
a
into
clown, Richard Pryor is a clown, Robin Williams a clown, Gene Wilder's a clown.
Yeah.
I don't know if I already said Steve Martin, but like so many people, like what I'd consider
I
clown.
would say Andy Kaufman was a clown.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
I mean, like playing characters and
I only
being
call
so
them a
much
clown
of
if
an
I
entertainer.
like them, obviously. It's no, but
I'm trying to think. David Letterman, maybe even you could even go so far as to say he's sort of a
interestingly
clown.
enough,
Conan's a clown.
Conan 100%.
Yeah.
Conan, even at like the Oscars, did he host that?
He did.
The
I
Oscars,
can't remember.
There was this moment where he was getting the audience to laugh and reacting, and he kind of literally went, and then they laughed, and then he went like this. He like just started wobbling around, and that's very clown. It's literally like there's this thing that I heard where it's like, if they liked it, do it again,
Yeah.
and if they liked it, do it again. And that's kind of what he was doing. He was literally like responding, oh, you liked when I did a little jiggy? Like, I'm going to do it again. And that's
he's
very
always
clown.
been very physical too. Like physical.
He's a
always been
whimsical, wacky guy, and he's not afraid to be whimsical and wacky.
Yeah. I mean, and like every time I've seen Conan or something like that, he just seems like he's one of those people, kind of like Jim Carrey, where I feel like he's very much
Jim Carrey also. 100%.
Yeah, he's another example where they're just so much geared towards entertaining. Like I feel like it's in their DNA, like their blood.
It's not about them. It's about the audience and actively engaging with them and entertaining them thoroughly. It's so much different than other performers.
Like for the love of the game, like literally, like just for doing it. Just
a lot of
the
people
act
operate
doing
at
it.
first from like the idea of like self-congratulation, or like they're operating in performance from and I used to too when I was like 19. I was, so anxious about what they thought of me, and then after a while you stop that because you're so freaking focused on screw what I'm worried about. I'm trying to do this thing right. And then that's where you operate from. People that qualify performance as like narcissistic probably are operating from that, is my point. Because if you're truly performing for the audience and actively engaging with them in an intent to deliver quality performance that thoroughly entertains, you're not worried about yourself.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is a distinction between like a performer and then someone that's like wanting to get attention on stage, and then usually those people stop
Well, that's such a
because
good
they're
point.
fueled by the attention, not the.
But don't you think though? Because like I agree with everything you just said. But don't you think that the majority of people are the latter? Like, don't you think the majority of people eventually that's why most people just they're not.
The comedy scene restarts every like 7 months.
Exactly. And also like I just think people don't have the longevity, and even if they did, the likelihood of them succeeding is so low. So then the people that you do see succeed, it's like why I think the whole thing with visualization and all of that, like, yeah, it might just be something to tell yourself, and it might just all be just a myth that you put in your brain. But isn't it more valuable to at least create this idea in your head that you're going to be successful and then take all these steps to do that? Because that's what all the successful people do. So it's like you're going to go crazy no matter what.
Well, we should also talk about like also it's okay to do it casually.
Yeah.
Art.
Yeah. But this is the thing. Is I think the people who really the people I look up to, the people that are the best, the most creative people, they don't take it casually. And those are the people that I look up to.
100%.
So I don't want to do that, but I think I agree that people should do that. if that's what they want to do.
Here's another
I think it's about
interesting thing,
what you set your sights at. Like, do you want to be the best ever, or do you just want to have like a good time? Because if you just want to have a good time, just do that. I want to be the greatest ever. And so in my mind, like that's why I say all those things, is because when I look around, I don't see a bunch of people who want to be the greatest ever. I see a lot of people who, like you said, they're concerned about like the present moment. They're thinking about all of like what everyone
they're
thinks
not present
right
in
now.
that moment if they're.
But they're not present because they're thinking about the present moment. Exactly. And in my mind, when I perform, it's me. I'm thinking in like the future. I'm thinking when people go back and look at this, they'll see the potential was like always there. Like it's always the same thing. It's never going to change. I'm always the same thing. I'm not if I'm like famous in 5 years, it's the same exact thing as I am right now. It's just people recognize it. And so people will then go back and look at something like the moment now differently than it exists in the moment now. But that's because you're truly believing in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you truly believe in what you're doing, then it doesn't matter how they react.
What. I'm not. Yeah.
It's me versus
I'm not
me.
going to mime and clown to be popular. This is not what's happening.
But I mean, like the thing is, if you're truly doing it the best way you can, it doesn't even matter what these people are doing in front of you.
Because there's the other side of that where I'm intentionally doing it to be against the grain. An edgelord.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about people on that thing you were kind of talking about? What about people that are hobbyists, but excellent and care about the craft? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Many people I run into are excellent clowns.
Yeah.
Excellent performers. However, they go to a job. And they're wonderful. And sometimes they're better than people that are like, I will destroy anyone to get on SNL. I want to be on SNL. You're terrifying. Stop. You're not going to be on SNL.
And those people
Please stop.
Scary people. Very scary. That is Terrifier. That is actually the horror movie right there. It is those people. But yeah, I think that I can't remember where I first heard this, but you could apply it to any craft. And it's like the greatest rapper ever is inside of a basement and no one's ever heard of him.
Yeah.
And so I think that skill just isn't linear with like drive and dedication.
Depends on goal. It has nothing to do with, professional. This is something I've realized. Professional does not mean good. Professional means you make money at it.
Yeah.
I know, since I'm a professional. and
I'm not good.
I'm trying my best, but anyway, hire me for your mime and clown events. I'm just okay. I'm just an okay mime.
I mean, professional is like a matter of marketing, truly.
Yes,
like,
it truly means you're just doing it professionally. It doesn't mean you're good.
Yeah. It's like a fly-by-night lawyer type of thing where it's like you got to be careful because sometimes people who technically they're professional are not. I always say, like, if you can find reviews, look at reviews, like true like testimonials to the thing. Like whatever you're looking for, you're going to buy a thing online, you're going to go get a lawyer, you're going to do anything. Just like look and see if anyone said anything about it ever. That's what I always say. Because like you don't know.
What about,
like restaurants, everything. Like when a restaurant has a bunch of good reviews, I'm always so happy to see that. And like, I know bots exist, but that looked like a real grandma commenting about that Chinese buffet, like when I see that.
I haven't been to a buffet in like a hot second.
I was exaggerating because here in Chicago, you'd actually be surprised. There's not very many buffets.
Yeah, where are the buffets? I want to go pay like $30 at a Golden Corral.
I wouldn't even care. That's what I would.
I would eat mostly spinach. I love vegetables.
Spinach.
If I were an animal, I'd be a goat.
I love vegetables too. Do you got a favorite one?
I have celiac, so I already cannot eat like bread and anything that tastes good.
Damn.
But it helps me keep my figure. Also, not true, because ice cream, I shouldn't say anything that tastes good, because ice cream, lots of candies, they are without gluten in them. But my brain swells and my gut rips apart and terrible, terrible, terrible things happen.
And that's worth it.
You don't want to be there for.
It's worth it though.
It's not. It's not like lactose intolerance people where they're basically just like, well, I'm lactose intolerant, but I just think I'll, defecate and die.
Are you sitting there like this?
Well, literally, like, it can give me strokes later if I, like, have
'Cause you had too many Reese's.
No, if I have like gluten, it makes my brain swell. And then I
Oh,
can have, like,
you're
a
talking like
stroke.
if you eat a bunch of bread.
Like celiac. Yeah, like, and it's in the darndest things. Like, you'll put like, excuse me.
Bless you,
ASMR.
bless you, bless you.
You'll like look at a package that's like ham, and then there will be like, we put wheat in it because fuck you, Tim. You're like, I want this ham, but I can't have it.
Yeah, that's painful.
Oh, we should rehash to that point at the beginning just so I can end it.
Oh, go for it.
What I was saying was that I personally, just my overall statement is that what I consider that I do, what I would consider myself doing is traditional clown as what I understand it. And I think it's definable and okay to define art. And I do think that it's different than drag and clown and mime sometimes. But mime is more generally in the zeitgeist of having similar goals to traditional clowning. Generally speaking, it's more used in a positive way. And that to say, there's nothing wrong with burlesque clown, drag clown, scary clown. But I do think that they are different than clown. And that's the only statement I'm making. Meaning clown, meaning it's the baseline. It's the fundamental one. It's the one you can do for families, the one you can do at libraries. You can't do scary clown at library if you want to get hired again. I'm saying, like, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, a scary clown. I'm scared. That's what the children will say. Yeah. And not to say all traditional clown is only family theater. Like, it can be dramatic. It can be beautiful. It can be stressful. But there's always this level of play that the audience is in on that I think at a certain point, burlesque, drag, and scary clown, at a certain point, you go past the threshold where it is clown, and then it's just burlesque, using maybe clown as an aesthetic.
Right.
Or a drag or a scare. It's just the aesthetic. That's more what I'm saying. It's not really because it's a verb. It's the actions. It's the things you do that makes it clown, not necessarily the aesthetic. These are tools. They're tools to, like, the makeup is to, if it's like good makeup, it's shown from far away to show your expressions. It moves with the lines of your face. There's points to these things. These are easy to see, move from far away. It breaks up the shapes and it like has you track it better. Stripes are easy to follow. There's reasons for this. So if it's not using it for that necessary purpose and it's just taking the aesthetic and at a certain point not even having anything to do with it, I would say at a certain point it stops being it. But there is very much drag clown and scare clown that has definite elements of legitimate, like, clowning, the verb, the traditional zeitgeist or whatever. That's the end of my statement. I don't think any of them are invalid. I just think it's different than the traditional stuff. That's my point. And now I'm done.
See, my thing is I've learned like with the rap thing, because I made that comparison, I've learned, like, because I don't ever want to sound like the guy who is like saying, oh, I hate like all of this. Like, I don't want to sound like a hater.
I've seen some very cool burlesque clown. I've seen some very cool drag and scare clown.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so I always want to, because I know that it's not all bad, but I have such a principled stance. And so I've learned that it's like, because of that, like, I'm always, how do I say, like, I just know that if I am to speak on something, I can come off in a way, like, it's not even like the words I'm saying are registering in people's minds sometimes. They're just going to hear what they want to hear. And I think people hear, like, oh, he's a hater. And I try not to do that.
I am a hater. I dislike people overall.
I am a hater. At heart, I'm a hater. I'm a hater in so many ways. And so I've learned I have to, if I really want things to be better, I have to, like, reserve just enough. Because, like, the thing is,
we're not really haters. We don't really dislike people, but it is true that, like, it's like sometimes I'm just like, Tim, shut up.
Yeah, well, because
shut up, Tim.
I understand.
Shut up.
The thing is, the people that you're talking to and you're telling about how you feel about this situation, odds are they don't even fully understand what your argument is.
Yes,
and
I
there's
think
like a
that I finally got it out there.
miscommunication.
I'm glad that I got this opportunity because really it does sound like I'm like discrediting people's whole identity somehow by accident. I understand
and
why
people
they think
hear
that.
what they want to hear a lot of the time, for better or worse. We all do this. It's what we do as humans. We all just hear things, and so it's like that's why it becomes such like a. That's why it's so hard to criticize something, because it's so hard to not.
Now the only people I truly dislike are British people.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you guys don't brush your teeth. I mean, come on.
British people. My favorite oxymoron.
You driving the left side? I grew up in America.
Oi, bro, I heard in America they don't call them schwabby wobby dibby dobbers.
Swabby wobby dippy donkers.
They call them shrimp.
That's crazy.
They take them out of the sea. They call it a shrimp, not a sklibbly rip.
A schliggly
That's
rip.
why we left them.
When I eat a schliggly rip right next to my schwibby
Oh,
swabber.
specifically white British people.
Oh, yeah.
Because those guys, are they human? Look at them. I don't know, man. This is why they're like tea and biscuits.
I'm thinking like
I think that's a fair statement, right? That's they basically made slavery and like they went and destroyed Africa's governments and stuff. Like British white people were pretty terrible.
Well, I would say if I had a time machine, I would go back to the British white people from like 1700.
You die of syphilis immediately.
Right. Oh shit, you're right. That's how so many people die.
They were just like they had like the cheese touch.
All right. Well, here's what I do. I would wear an astronaut suit or something like this.
That's sick.
Something. I'd put some type of
Some
maybe
sort of
that
swag
You see
on.
what Reggie Watts had on when he got on planes during COVID? He had this like big like helmet that he would wear on planes. Maybe something like that. Like something where I had like a full body suit.
I like it.
And so no one can get into me and no one can touch me. Hazmat
you
suit,
just
maybe.
beat up a bunch of pilgrims.
Yeah. And then leave.
What you did to the Native American people is terrible.
Because the thing is, like, I
Who
wouldn't
was
really.
that guy? Oh, syphilis.
Problem is butterfly effect. Like, I don't want to change the course of history because I kind of still want America. Like, I don't want to change anything too much, but I would like to like get a little bit of retribution if we're.
Yeah. How did they? Like, why is that our people? Like, look at us. Like, I can't believe racism still exists. Like, a fat, like diabetic with neuropathy in his feet, 50-year-old man in Arkansas really thinks he's genetically superior to Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense, dude.
Yeah.
Someone's not looking at the whole picture here. Like,
I mean, like, if anything, I remember reading, and I don't know how true this is, that black people can run faster because of like the fact.
I think
that
that's
they were,
inaccurate.
Well, I thought it was because they were slaves, like because they worked more physically, their bodies developed like to be more athletic. That's what I thought I read. It could be
Maybe there's
completely
something
wrong.
to that, but isn't that like getting into like eugenics? Like, I don't think I'm educated enough to talk about that, but I also definitely have strong opinions about women's rights. Like,
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm pro-abortion. However, it is a baby.
But yeah, so I just feel like at the very least, like it's just stupid to not acknowledge that like some people are better than you. Like, some
Well, if
people are better than
anything,
you.
yes, I would say that the taller, more like Africans are very like cleanly and stuff, and like I would say it is objectively true that the people that they unfortunately enslaved were in fact usually better looking, they cleaned themselves. British people like died at like 30 because they like shared like a poop stick. I do think there's something to be said there. Like, no, we're not the ones winning. It's amazing actually that and look at me. I have a like disease because I have Irish in me, most likely. A lot of Irish people have celiac. Literally, we're trying to die.
I saw this video
Like-
the other day. I saw this video.
How did they do that? Is what I'm saying. How did they do all that racist stuff?
Well,
when they like, oh, I can only eat potatoes, and I'm dying at 30. I don't understand. Anyway, let's get away from this topic.
Well, I just want to say, I saw this video. It was a reality show, and it was a girl, and she was at this Indian family's house, and the Indian family was burning cow poop. And she was like, what are you guys doing? She's crying. She's like, Frio, what's going on? And they're like, they were explaining to her that it's like a way to desanitize the room. And it just made me think like, whoa, like cultures really are like completely different. Because that's really what
They
you're saying.
found out a cool way to do that, and people have like no idea.
You're seeing two completely different cultures.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Well, to be fair,
Speaking of cultures, what's your favorite food?
of all time,
Yeah, well, top 2. If you had to choose actual top 2, go.
Italian and Mexican. Yeah. That's it. Italian and Mexican. Probably Italian first. Yeah, because I love pasta.
Well,
but
that's
Mexican
really
right after. Like close second. I love going to a Mexican restaurant.
It's between Thai and Mexican food. I love Mexican food.
Thai food's
dude.
really good.
I love the plates where you get like a tostada with meat.
Yeah.
And then it's the same meat, but it's in a enchilada. And then you get a taco. And then you get rice and beans. And like the lettuces with the tomato. Dude, I would eat Mexican food every single day until I die a gassy, happy death.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go probably eat Mexican food after this.
You're in the right place for it. You're surrounded by Mexican food right now. You really are.
Chinga la migra.
Like there are.
How do they think they're in the right? ICE?
Yeah.
You're taking away the nice lady that sells tamales on the side of the street? Those are the best tamales you'll ever have. There was this lady that sold them outside of, it was like near California, near the like Blue Line or whatever. It was like near Logan Square, like that area, you know, where it's like Damon or California, or like Logan Square or California, I think are next to each other.
Oh, you're talking about a real woman they took away?
This no, I'm not saying this woman. I'm saying that there was this lady that randomly showed up at like 11 p.m. and she just sold delicious, and then she'd go.
Yeah.
But and then like a month or two later you'd see her and she'd like, and that's really what they're against. Like they don't want delicious, or the guys on the beaches where they have like, have you ever had like a pineapple tamale? Like the dessert tamales?
Not a pineapple
dude. Mint.
Ooh, that sounds good. What's in it? What is it? Just pineapple?
They like, I assume, I'm not a professional at this, but I would speculate, I would free associate with my improv comedy training that they take corn and they take pineapple and they make it somehow.
Oh,
that's what I got.
Sounds good,
dude. It is really good though.
Dessert
it was like,
almost.
Yeah, it was like moist, and and they also had a really spicy tamale though. Like, oh, what about like desserts? Like, are you a ice cream guy, a cake guy, or a pie guy?
Such good questions.
These are legitimately the only questions I care about with people. Like, besides, like, we gotta agree on like human rights, but besides this, like, I'm not like
feel about food.
Like, I want this. This is more what you learn about people and who they are, in my opinion. I don't want to like the small talk. I do. This is not small talk to me. This is interesting.
It's a
to me.
Rorschach test for my personality.
I guess so, but I'm not judging you.
To ask the question again, cake, pie,
ice cream. If you had to choose.
Not pie. So the best thing I've ever had,
Pie is good,
let me
dude.
just say, like before, this isn't like me politicking, but the best I've ever had was a pumpkin ice cream pie that my grandma used to make. That thing was amazing.
That sounds good.
Because it was both. It was an ice cream pumpkin pie. Like, I never forgot it. It was so good. But to the point where I think I had it, like after I had that, a pumpkin pie was never the same. And I just don't think pies hold up to cakes. But I also don't think cakes really hold up to ice cream, because the only time cake is really good is when it's an ice cream cake, if I'm being honest. So it's probably... Well,
I disagree. I've had some really, really good cake.
yeah, if
but
you
also,
go to
I
a
think I would
bakery
choose
and
pie
pay like
over all of
$100.
it. No.
I was raised on Dairy Queen cakes, so...
That's fair.
Yeah. I think that I might
I
be
didn't grow up
biased.
from a very affluent background either. I understand. I
Dairy
saw this
Queen
guy
cakes were like,
joking.
whoa,
Yeah.
Mom spent a
I
lot of
couldn't
money.
eat them because I can't eat gluten. You jerk.
Oh, fuck,
wow, it's your fault. I can't eat gluten.
I'm sorry.
You're such a jerk, dude.
I'm sorry. I won't mention gluten again.
I saw a stand-up comedian talking about, and I legitimately experienced this. He was talking about how he found out that he knew he grew up kind of broke because he thought like Red Lobster was like fancy. And I gotta tell you, I still think it's kind of expensive.
Me too.
But also, yeah, bro. He said like they're like, let's go to Red Lobster. He's like, dude, I don't even have khakis. Like I'm wearing shorts right now, and he didn't know you could just go at any time. By the way, we're adults now.
Yeah, we're adults.
When's the last time you were at a Red Lobster?
It's been a long time.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. What are we doing here?
I think I can remember. I want to say it was like 4 years ago.
I would definitely just like. I want to go to somewhere like Maine and like get a fish caught from the ocean and eat it from like with like lemon on it, like have it just cooked. That's what I've always wanted to do if I were to travel.
That would be really nice. I mean, fish towns.
I love bug meat. I like like lobsters and crabs. I like the fish bugs.
Yeah, fish bugs.
People say, "Oh, they're disgusting bugs," and then they'll be like, I don't know,
a lobster and a crab. Though a crab
paying their taxes.
What I don't. Good point. What I don't like about crab meat is I don't like the work it takes to get to the crab meat, and how I can't just go to the store and buy crab meat. It's always imitation crab meat at the store. You have to like break open the crab leg, and you have to cook the crab. You have to do everything. But crab is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And it's the poor people's food at first, and now they got us. Because at first they were like, "No, King Sire, you wouldn't like this bug meat."
Tricked you. Hogged all of it.
You wouldn't want this. No. They did that with potatoes for a while, too, and butter. "Oh, no, sire, this is far too disgusting. I'll eat this in the back while you enjoy your mutton veal and your organ soup."
That's a great point. I think you're right, because like that would be the perfect, you don't want any of this fucking awesome
Sire,
food.
I do say it's disgusting. That's why my mouth is watering.
Yeah. Let me dispose of this.
The best cake I ever had was this place that doesn't exist anymore, and it's in Chicago, and they made it was a gluten-free one, but it was very good. It was a cannoli cake.
Ooh.
So they did like the lightest like vanilla, cake. It's like sponge cake or whatever it's called. And then they layered it with like a buttercream that had the cheese of cannolis in it with tiny, tiny, tiny chocolate chips. And then they layered it. And then they did the like lightest vanilla buttercream. And then they did cherries, those like the red cherries you put on ice cream all around it. And then they drizzled chocolate all over it. And then, dude, I mean, it was just like both fresh but also sweet and smelled like cannolis. And then you had that out of the fridge. Because it's sort of like a custard of the cheese after a while.
This?
I don't remember what it is closed now, and they sold it, so it doesn't exist anymore.
But just some like family owned thing.
Yes, exactly.
That's the best ones.
Yes, it was so good. I think I could sense.
Was it like a Jewish
right
bakery?
Now.
Jewish bakeries.
Maybe,
really
but no,
cakes.
I think it was Italian.
Okay.
I think it was Italian. They had a lot of gluten. They were one of the first gluten-free. Quality gluten-free stuff, and it wasn't too bad expensive wise, but like this is in like 2009 or 10. Like,
this is
I think
do you remember how much you paid?
14. Dude, at that point it was probably like $50 to $100 though. For
now
like
it'd be like 200
though.
like 200 for the same cake.
Yeah.
How big was it?
It was like for a family or something, like a party.
I was thinking you said cannoli cake. I was thinking tiny.
Oh no, I'm saying like they like made it. It was beautiful. Like it was like I would say like one of these. And yeah.
So I've only ever had one $100 cake, and I was blown away. It made me like
it's
the
like
fatty.
it's like when you pay for quality baked goods.
I couldn't believe cakes could be that. Like, I'm telling you, I was raised on Dairy Queen cakes. Because she told me, like, we're going to have a cake for so-and-so's birthday. And then she brought, I have the photos on my phone.
Yeah, you first of all go, wow, that's beautiful.
I
took time.
I took so many pictures of that cake before anybody ate it. Because she just left it sitting on the counter for so long. She's like, we got to wait. And I'm just, like, staring at it. And I ate, the fatty in me came out because I ate so... There is a fat person inside of me. I've said one of my goals in life. I was never fat. But my goal is to get fat, and it's just never happened yet.
It's pretty fun.
Because I bet it is. But with that cake, man, I ate so because I'm thinking I've never had a cake like this. Is this gonna happen again? Am I gonna get another chance? And it was so big. It was like, for those that don't see my visualization, it's like the size of my head. And then, like, just imagine the whole radius is like that. So it's that big, and it's
very good.
all gourmet. I can't describe it like you described yours.
No, it's a visual. It's a very good head. How many heads?
Maybe
It's about
even
3
two
heads.
heads. Could have been two
Cake?
heads. Yeah.
That's whack.
So many people ate this cake, and I kept like going up to cake, because that's I
Because
like
they
to
don't
eat it.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I will say,
Not like I
my
do.
ex's mom, we were at a store, and this was like the thing where I went, what? I was like, oh, this milk is less than this milk. And then she put $5 milk in the cart. And I was like, I mean, she didn't even think about it. She didn't even think about it. That's where I want to be in life. Oh, milk? Sure. I'm not even looking at the price. $7 milk. That organic milk from Whole Foods. I'll be so rich that I'm helping Jeff Bezos. That's how you know.
But the thing is, like, I've thought that, but like, what is even the number for that? Like, what do you have to have in this world?
To buy $8 milk? I gotta be honest,
no.
I've done it and it was very underwhelming. However, the grass-fed one that's at Aldi or whatever.
Talking about the glass milk,
No,
right?
the grass-fed milk, succulent, delicious,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, I don't think
creamy.
I've gotten that.
It's green. It has a green top. It's the Horizon or whatever.
Oh, I haven't tried that. Is it more?
I
It's more
like
expensive.
milk.
It's good. Because I'm talking about.
I drank it with a cup.
When you said $7, I was thinking of the glass ones, the
No,
open
no, no.
wire,
Oberweis. That's
yeah.
pretty good. I thought the chocolate milk was really good, and then my ex was like unimpressed by it, and then I tried it again, and I was like, "Is this implying me, or is it like?"
I can't tell. Yeah, I couldn't tell if I liked it or not. Because it's just, I don't know. I do like the Kemp's milk. I think that's better. I think the Kemp's milk is worth $5, but I don't like that it's $5. But it is good.
I've never tried Kemp's milk.
It's good. And what I was saying was, how much money do you have to have in order to be able to just walk through the store and not even think about prices and just throw things
I
in a
think
cart?
like $100K a year. It doesn't take that much.
I feel like
I'm
you'd have to
sorry.
have
no,
more
no,
than
no,
that.
It doesn't take that much.
100K
You and I
a
are
year.
just poor.
But the thing is, like, I'm thinking, like, if I'm trying to continue to promote myself and do all these things, I would still need money to do that, and I still would want
Dude, milk's not that expensive when you have $100K.
grocery shopping though. Like, if you're
Go
going,
to Aldi.
okay,
I know many rich people that go to Aldi.
but let's say you go grocery shopping 4 times a month, once a
Yeah.
week. Every time you go grocery shopping, it's roughly $100. That's $400 a month. Let's say you pay $1,000 a month for rent.
Listen, you're asking me to do math, and I'm gonna take that as a threat and get violent.
I'll do the math for you. So $1,500. We'll just jump it up. $1,500 rent, and you're also paying $400 a month for groceries. That's going to be $1,900 a month. So 19. We'll just round that to 2,000. So now 2 times 12 is 20. I guess you might be right, because that's just 24,000. And so if you have 100K, that's an extra 75K. Yeah, you might be right, and you don't even do math. You might be right. Are you
I'm
proud?
an actor, not a mathematician, Wyatt.
Whoa, my real name.
I mean,
Real
Ruse.
name.
Ruse.
That might be people have dropped my real name on here, but you're like, it's been so long since someone's done that to me. The last one was, I can remember, it was episode 163. Shout out Levi Stress. Because he's like, it was 420. And he's like, yeah, Wyatt. He just kept throwing it out. There was no stopping that guy. Sometimes people, it's
That
like,
guy definitely buys $8 milk.
you know what I think about? I think, like, how would Batman get no one to say Bruce Wayne? Like, none of his close friends would be like, yo, Batman. Oh, Bruce. And, like, look around, make sure nobody noticed.
What did Guy Gardner say in Superman? He's of the cloth. That was a good movie.
That sounds so much worse.
Yeah, it does. It was well written. It's terrible. He's not a good person.
Say.
I liked the Superman movie. I saw it like 3 times.
The ones from like 2000, the 2000s.
David Cornsweet, the new one, the James Gunn.
Oh, the new one. I didn't see
really
it.
thoroughly enjoyed it. He's very much Superman in it. He saves like a squirrel.
Now, he's more of a comic book.
Yes, he's wearing
interpretation.
shiny, fun clothing, and Mr. Terrific is in it, who's comic accurate, and he's so sick. And that one guy, I wish I could remember his name, the actor that plays him, does such an excellent job. And he was wasted in X-Men First Class. He played this guy named Darwin, I think. Darwin in the comic books literally is like immortal, invincible. He got punched by Thanos, and his body like decided how he like survived it. He survived it. I had a stroke there. He got punched by Thanos, and how his body's powers survived it is he just teleported to the other side of the universe. That's how his body. And so he got killed by Kevin Bacon. When he like threw that guy that was Cyborg's his older brother threw the energy blast at Kevin Bacon guy, and then Kevin Bacon guy absorbs it, and then he walks up to Darwin, who's all shelled up and stuff. He's like all like armored up from his powers, and then he opens up his mouth and puts the energy blast in, and then he dies.
And it doesn't make
Immediately.
sense, like, if you were a fan of the comics.
That doesn't make any sense. So now this guy's Mr. Terrific, and he's awesome, and it was so sick. And then the robots were in that movie, which is also like comic accurate.
Oh, is it?
Superman robots.
But it's like usually when it's a movie, right? It's based on a certain issue, like a certain run.
He took a lot of things.
From different.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know.
There's also this hilarious device where like every woman finds Jimmy Olsen attractive, and he's just like, and he's very like normal looking. It's very funny.
Okay. Maybe
He's
I'll
like
watch
us.
it.
He's like us, the normal guys.
What's the actor's name?
Jimmy Olsen guy.
That's his name. The guy who plays Superman.
Oh, David Cornsweet.
David Cornsweet. That's his real name. You're not saying like a joke. It's Cornsweet.
Yes.
Okay.
Corn sweat.
I thought you were like making
The sweaty corn.
a pun, like corn sweat, but it's actually something else. So I'm just making sure because I don't want to like Google.
Oh no, I'm not bidding. I'm not bidding right now.
Because I'll look up his name and I'll get it wrong.
I would never make a silly joke.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's corn sweat for sure. Sweating
Anytime
corn.
you look at the camera, that's funny.
I don't know, man. Corn sweat is close enough to a real name that I would never know. Dude, corn sweat, hornswoggle, cornet's a real name. Corn sweat. Like that's not. Anyway.
Can you lay down a beat? I want to freestyle.
You want to freestyle?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No. Give me from your mouth.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You ready?
I actually made this with my brain. Yo, it's Tim. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly. Flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll grow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance, bum rush a speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly, when I play a dope melody. Anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gain weight. Better hit the bullseye, the kids don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'd solve it. Check out this hook while my DJ revolves it. Now that the party is jumping, with the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Burning them, they ain't quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll and it's time to go solo. Cruising in my 5.0. With my rag tap down so my hair can blow. Ladies on standby, waving just to say hi. Did I stop? No, I just drove by. Police on the scene, you know what I mean. Something. If there was a problem, yo, I'd solve it. Check out this hook while my DJ revolves it. All right, your turn.
Hey, yo. Oh, snap. I wasn't ready. I come heavy, coming out with the machete. I'm so clever. I'm so mom spaghetti. I'm a t-shirt already. I'm a professor. I'm so clever. You never know. Hey. Imagine this, everything you think is absolute. Every time you talk, every word you speak is past the truth. How you play the game, easy, you watch this, don't have to shoot. Ain't no failure if you failure, the weak is just half a truth. Let me paint the picture just to complete it. The glass is full, a weep at the rational, the reason the passage full. I never could quite explain it. The words of the passage pull, the mind is a rearrangement. Define as the piece you're painting, hope you paid it in full. Now here's your life in reverse, go recycle your soul. If you seek a deeper meaning from the words that I said, you're the reason that I'm speaking, chose it first in your head. Ain't it funny how the stories go as old as the times? A soul that reminds, frozen for a moment it rhymes, and chosen as signs. The message finds a focus divine. Slowness is fine, but quickly put the motion aside. While you have it in the basket, aren't you glad that you tried? The passion alive, freedom is a master of lies. You gon' learn it sooner or later, and you have to decide. The passion advise, well you just have to survive. You practice the vibe, you lace it with the path that you ride. And I don't even have to say it, cause the path is supplied. Why I focus on the fuck shit you said? It's exactly what you miss, and then you cut off its head. The premise is dead, and no one wants to marry a beast. It's a sad story, I was only there for the feast. I could hear commotion about and screams of a fail, but everybody had the reasons if we keeping it fair. See, the problem is the problem, it don't read like a book. They would try and attack it if they'd even just look. The deeper the hook, a product of a state of affairs. How you shake it is mistaken for a leap in the air. The secret is real, a kingdom with the key in the sand. Well, if we're doing it right, I guess we're sweeping the land. I see to the man, the weakness like a reason to stand. And so I shoot out like a missile and I reach on my hands. I could never quite unwrap it, how it's packed in my head. So I learned to lay your life like a package with lead. Ain't it sad how they teach you? I'ma teach you instead. Everything they said was bogus, meant to lead you to bed. If you know it's ever present, then you open your eyes. If you know it's ever present, then you roll with the tides. Can't you see all this explaining is a weakness? Decide if you need it. If you don't, let the nation divide. You speak of unity, what the fuck you mean if it's just you and me? Try and keep it real, like open with the eulogy. Imagine this, push it like a Benjamin Button, then a flower starts to blossom like it's telling you something. I could never quite unwrap it, how it's packed in my head. So I learned to lay your life like a package with lead. Ain't it sad how they teach you? I'ma teach you instead. Everything they said was bogus, meant to lead you to bed. Everything you thought would feed you led you straight to the feds. Every loss is now beneath you and we'll see you ahead. If the story was the story that you knew that you wrote, then it's boring. How it keeps you is a brief view of hope. Every boat is held afloat by an ocean awake. If you float just to float, that's the risk that you take. Then the waves of the water flow and drift in the lakes. The precision of space, imagine all the pictures it paints, and thank God. It's pretty good.
Wyatt. We're going down. We're going back in time. Way back.
Way back in time. We're going back in time.
Did you know that the same guy that plays the dad in Shameless is the voice actor for Curious George?
No. That's a fun fact.
Broken act.
Wow.
Can you listen
Those
to...
are two different people for sure. I saw a clip. Well, no, I'm just saying like the characters. Yeah. Like it's two different characters.
Well, one of them is, oh, fuck you. And then there's, George didn't know what he thought about that peanut butter sandwich. Yeah. He knows what to do. Add some bananas. Yeah. And then the other's like, I don't give a shit about you. George didn't know what a cat was.
Have you ever seen James Gandolfini, the guy who plays Tony Soprano? Have you ever seen him like talk in interviews? Mm-mm. It's so different than Tony Soprano. It throws you off.
It's like these actors, they be acting and then they're like pretending. And I thought that they was really a gangster, but they're not.
What I mean is just like you identify so much with this version of somebody, and then you see this different. Like I guess Leonardo DiCaprio is another. Like any
You're
big
talking
actor.
To me?
He's like, yeah.
I've heard that Robert De Niro isn't even Italian.
Right. Dude.
Wait, no, I think he is. I'm just joking.
I know you're joking, but he's a good example.
Thank you for going with the bit. You've really committed to everything I've said. I appreciate
I'm
that.
a really good yes-ander, just so you know. I do it to a fault.
Hi, we'll be doing a 2-minute improv scene.
Ooh, are we?
Can we get a suggestion from the audience?
All right. You back there with the backpack, you know?
I heard. Oh, wait, no, that's not how it goes. Peaches. I heard peaches.
You heard peaches?
Peaches.
And cream?
Dude.
What?
You're going to really say that right now?
Listen, I'm not trying to make you upset. It's just been on my mind.
How are we supposed to communicate well if we can never communicate well?
Look, dude, it's a flavor. It exists. I don't think it's much to even talk about. I think there's nothing to be said.
I just don't want to talk about peaches anymore.
Okay, but if I like peaches and cream, then I like it, and I don't think you have the right to tell me how to feel.
This is not what I wanted when I joined debate club.
I don't think you have what it takes to be in this club. Honestly, the way you talk, I'm just, honestly, the way that you're coming at me right now, you can't even handle one flavor.
That's a strongman argument. Everyone knows that I eat various types of flavors every day.
This
Peach, by the way, peach, strawberry, lemon, banana, apple. They call me Apple.
I don't know why they hired you here. Your name is Apple. You saw the sign when you walked in. The place is called Peaches and Cream Bakery. It's the name.
Maybe your boss thought we needed something new and exciting around here, not old Peach Joe.
Listen, man, I know people. And if you want to take my job...
You know what? Fuck you, man.
Whoa.
You're going to give me the speech. I've been here for 40 years. Not my problem that you did nothing with your life. I'm Apple. I'm red. I'm big. I'm going someplace. Put me on the street. I'll roll down it.
Oh, I'll put you on the street, all right.
Is that a threat?
Oh, I'll put you on the street, all right.
You're gonna look at me with your fuzzy face.
Oh, yeah.
And you're gonna threaten me?
Who's
You're not even in the conversation. It goes
fuzzy
apples and oranges, not who the fuck is that guy over there.
I am Peach Joe.
Every time I see you, you're bruised. Every time at the store, you're overpriced and unripe. Me, what do they say? It's an apple. Right there. I keep doctors away. I literally stop illnesses. Keep the doctors away. Get away from them. That's what I say. Because I'm there. Because they have me there every day.
You kids these days, you all think you know the way. You come around, you come into these shops, you tell everybody, I'm an apple. I'm new, I'm different. I look at you, you're bruised, you're beaten up, you're old. Well, listen to me. Bruises mean a lot more than you think. Bruises mean I've been to war. Bruises mean that I know what to do when it comes down to it.
I don't want to hear about your veteran talk. When did you even fight? Do you have any actual proof that you were a veteran? I've never seen you at the Veterans Club.
Just because I'm not there with the boys doesn't mean that I'm not a veteran. And who are you to ask me who I am?
I fought
You're
Nam.
a fucking apple in a
Nam.
peach store. You're an apple in a peach store.
I fought Nam. I watched my friend's eyes fade as his life drained in my apple hands.
Where's your badge? Where's your badge? I've never seen it.
Not everyone's so proud to say they're a veteran, especially how this country treats us.
Very convenient, huh? Very convenient that the young man with all the complaints all of a sudden is a veteran. And you know what? I talked to the boss. I don't think he likes you very much. I can't believe you brought this out of me. I didn't want to talk like this at work. I never do. I never do, but...
Except when it's about women.
Shamoosh. Shamoosh.
You peach, you...
Take that back. Don't you call me that. No one calls me Peach in here. You called me Peach twice in this conversation. The first time I let it fly. Don't you call me Peach again, okay?
You disrespect my mother. Your
mother.
You flirt with
Your
my mother.
mother.
You talk to my sister who's 22. You 50-year-old slob.
You've been here for 40 years. You ever get a promotion? Anybody ever tell you good job while you work here? I'm the man in this peach store. You're just a pawn in this operation. Don't you see? You don't know who you are.
I'm a gangster, motherfucker. I'll destroy you and everyone you love. Just look out for the peeled skins.
The peeled skins.
Yeah, that's what we do. We take one of those, what do you call them? Fruit peelers.
Fruit peelers.
Yeah, and we take a little bit out and we eat it. We take the skin out and we just to show how crazy we are, bro.
You kids are crazy.
And we're Italian.
You crazy kids.
Why are we both Italian? If you're a peach and I'm an apple.
Why are we Italian? How dare you question my family? This is why you shouldn't be here.
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it. And
that's how it's done.
And scene. That's pretty good.
Batsu,
by the
hire
way,
me.
the reason we were Italian is because I knew that motif was hanging somewhere in the air.
It was just on the edge of racism. Just
thing is,
we talked about race, we talked about gangs,
I feel like Italians.
That's what the world needs, another racist improv scene in a
Now
podcast.
that I think about it, we mentioned Italian
wasn't
bakery.
racist.
We even went as far as I didn't even think about that. That's how like not aware I am of what's happening around me. We literally said Italian bakery because that's where you got your cake. So that was like hanging in the air somewhere
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
So I think that's why my brain went Italian because like I just thought as soon as you
I just
started
want
to
them
question,
to make up.
as soon as
I want
you,
them to.
I was. So we did for those that don't know how improv works. We handled the beginning pretty good because as soon as
Yeah,
you
just evolve.
you just introduced family to me, and as soon as that happened, that's when you introduced an antagonist relationship. I didn't know we were not going to be friends until you said that. And
That's always good. Argue in the improv scene, become enemies.
Well, you know what I've heard?
That's so good.
In an improv book I read that was like you're supposed to try to not do that.
100%. Yeah,
But,
I'm
like-
not very good at improv.
Me neither. But that's because I don't think I've had enough practice. Honestly,
Me
I just,
too.
That was good practice because really all I
Ow,
need
my
is
body.
somebody to play along. And what I thought when I read about improv and I learned about it is I was like, oh my god, this is like the exact thing I would like try to get my friends to do when I was 10, and
Yeah.
nobody wanted to do it.
Yeah,
with
but
me.
now you go into a room with a black box, and then we make up stuff, and then sometimes when I'm at the improv, like student jam at Annoyance, they
Yeah.
go like, I've been having to negate people because what happens is they know I'm a mime, so they just anytime I'm doing just like any sort of decent object work, people are like, oh look, a mime. It's like, no, I'm a guy with a crate.
Oh, I see. They acknowledge the reality and break the fourth wall when in the scene they're not supposed to say
Yeah,
that.
they're supposed to yes and the reality of the scene.
Yeah, and it's playing to a cheap laugh. Like the audience is gonna react
Yeah.
every time,
And I asked
it puts
someone-
you in a position where like you have to break the reality. Oh, I'm a mime. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Well, it's like you
Mime
think that good
where?
object
Mime
work would
where?
help the scene.
I guess the only way you could beat that is if you look around for the mime. Like if you
Well,
pretend you're not the mime and you look around.
the one of them was that I was in an ice cream truck and I was being the guy behind the guy driving, with the ice cream inside the container,
Yeah.
and he's like reaching in, he's looking at stuff, and then the guy turns around and he goes, oh look, a mime. So I just hung myself, and then I made it very realistic.
You expressed your emotions in a very
like,
physical way.
We gotta stop. But come to Mime Club every Monday at 5 to 7 p.m. in either room B or C at Annoyance. It's not affiliated with them. I just rent the room, and we have about 7 people that have been consistent, and it's really fun.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
I mean, that's because the thing is, like, I think most people, it's kind of like comedy. I think people fool themselves into
Pay to
thinking.
play.
Well, they fool themselves into thinking there's a barrier to entry, and like comedy is literally you go to an open mic, you write your name down.
Well, if you want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars,
You can.
to make $100 maybe
Yeah.
on the main stage, go to Second City. If you'd like to go to a theater that actually cares about its like community members, like that actually show up consistently, I'd say the comedy scene realistically is at Annoyance. I've met so many nice people that are so passionate about their individual crafts. When I was 19, I had so many people go like, no, you idiot, and they like went this way with me. They pointed me to things. They helped me.
what do you think it is that fosters that type of environment there?
I think it's the legitimate. Well, I think like Mick and Jennifer who run it.
Yeah.
I think those are genuinely like people that care about the community and are very patient. And then I also think that the team that they made. I mean, like Jason, Aisha. I don't know if she's part of it, but she's a bartender there sometimes. And then Pete, Rocky, Catherine, Christian, Tessa, Lauren. All these people I'm naming are like people that are there like every day. Like they're there every single time you see them. And I learned that it's like, I think it's that it's legit like the only like small theater. Like it's not backed by $1 million corporations like IO or Second City. I think they might be open every month by grants partially.
That would make a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
So they don't have like, because when I was like 20, I heard these people that I'm not going to talk about, but they were like going, oh, they didn't put it on our website. Like they're trying to hurt our show. And then I was like, and then I had it happen where one of my teachers had this class and her class was not up on the page. And so I was like, oh man, like I was just regurgitating that because I was 20. And I was like, hey, oh yeah, annoyance, they don't do it well. Because I just regurgitated that. I just regurgitated this. You ever do that where you're just like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
And so
you
then
think like, why did I say the thing I just said?
I literally talked to
like, do I
Mick.
really think the thing I just said, or do I just say a thing?
That's the learning experience of not going to college. Any mistake I made or any failure, it has been a failure or a giant mistake. It's not like filtered through this like lens of how, like, I feel like that's what college does give people. Like you can just make such stupid decisions and say such stupid stuff, but in the real world, if you fail, you really fail, or like you really mess up, where you don't get a gig or something. If I like didn't answer someone when I was like starting to like do like performance stuff, and they called me and I didn't respond, I'd miss the gig. Like that's how it works. So but that being said, I talked to Mick, and because I ran into him and I was like, hey, this is happening, and he's like, I'll look into it. And then he did, and I found out that their like team, like it's him and Jen, who are sitting at a table on a laptop figuring out the website stuff with the people they're working with. Like there's not like tons of layers. And so that made me go, oh shit, I'm an asshole. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, because they don't have like Second City's like tech center or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like run by the people in that office.
Yeah.
So I think that's why Annoyance is one of the better ones. So I apologized to them for that. And I was like, I'm sorry. I told them, I was like, I kind of did what I just described. And he's like, it's all right. I stopped tweaking about it. But
well, that would make a lot of sense, because that's really like it's just so hard to... How I look at it is one time I had an epiphany where I realized that I think like it's one of my theories on reality. I think everything is like curation, and everything you do is curation. And really it's not even about, like, you don't create anything, like you said. No one creates anything, but we all curate things, and you really become known for what you curate and the ideas that you can bring together and the people you can bring together. Like a podcast is really just a curation of people that I eventually it's this curation, and that it plays out over time. A comedian has a curation of jokes. They curate the jokes. They don't really write them. They just find them, right? Like, it's just kind of how it works. And so I just feel like you can only put so many boundaries on something, and you need like a small, dedicated group of people who are just trying to curate the best thing. And that's really where the best stuff happens, by family-owned restaurants, just a small little restaurant's the best restaurant. Because once you have too many cooks in the kitchen, you have too many people asking too many things of you, and you become this big corporate thing, it just becomes so difficult to then provide what you wanted to provide in the first place. And so it's almost like an impossible thing to do. It's amazing when people do it, when they blow up and become bigger, but they still manage to have that like grassroots foundation they had originally.
Well, the thing is, like, Annoyance too, like, you're right. It allows for ability to have creative control, and also like it's like you're emailing someone that you can actually see in person, and
they're
talk
still
to.
there in that moment, because like that's so, you got to hold on to that. Like an example I can think of recently, it drives me fucking nuts, is CD Baby, the company. It's a music distributor. It's one of the most popular ones, and so it's how you can release music. If anybody wanted to release anything, any music, and before you could pay $5 for, and they always had sales going on forever, always, and so you could really just pay like $2.50 a single. And like sometimes they would do 50% off for like a whole month or whatever. They do sales all the time. And so they're basically making it so easy for anybody to release their music. And they're the people who paved the way for that. It was before DistroKid, before all this. Recently, they got bought by UMG, Universal Music Group, and they've gotten so much worse. Their customer service is replaced by bots. If you want to speak with a human, it's like, maybe you will, maybe you won't, and maybe your problem will get solved, maybe it won't. Before I could release a song, 3 days, 5 days, I just had the song ready, boom, it's out. Now, 3 weeks, Hopefully, like hopefully 3 weeks and we're good. Like hopefully, unless there's some type of hang up. But like it didn't used to be a wait. Now there's a wait. And if there is like some type of thing that happens, I don't have a human I can speak with. And also there's never sales anymore. And also they raised the price recently. And why did they do all these things? It's not like they weren't making enough money. It's because they got bought by Universal Music Group, who all they want to do is make more money. That's the problem. And that's the problem with all these things. You have such a perfectly good thing, and then it gets bought by somebody bigger, and they ruin it. It's what happened to YouTube, too.
Yeah.
YouTube was so good for so long, and it got bought by Google. And I think
Why
did
that make it worse?
Just because YouTube has changed in the sense that it is more advertiser driven than it ever used to be. I mean, from like I remember the golden days of YouTube from like 2008 to 2012. You could even say 2015. And the original creator of YouTube has even said he doesn't really agree with the direction of YouTube as a company now. Like, do you remember seeing the first YouTube video ever? It's like a guy at a zoo. Mm-hmm. That's the guy. And I think he went back and commented on the original video, if I'm correct, like saying like how he feels about the current status of YouTube. And it's like I said, it's just so much more corporate and so much more advertiser driven than it ever was at its core. The whole point of YouTube was that anybody can go and make anything. And it's this source. It's what made me probably as a person, it kind of like carved me a little bit. Like I saw these YouTubers and I thought, oh, like I can do that. I can just post on the internet.
I watched Ryan Higa almost every day.
Yeah, I remember him. I remember so many, like there was
Kev Jumba.
Mystery Guitar Man. You remember him?
Mystery Guitar Man. Smosh. Tobuscus was funny for a while. And then he had false allegations against him. I was so relieved to find out they're false.
Oh, I didn't even remember
And then he's
that.
racist.
I remember that too, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say like false, but they did like drop the case or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, as far as I understand. So I was like, this is from when it happened in like 2016. So I was like 14. So I was like, oh, God, he's terrible. Oh! Well, if anything, like it's like there's some stance to him maybe not being a terrible person.
Yeah.
And then immediately after, he's like,
you with the 1, 2.
I am racist. And it's like, why, Tobuscus? And now you look at his account and it's really sad.
I mean, so many of those YouTubers from that era have not, like, there's only a couple of them.
Red-pilled?
Well,
they were never red-pilled. They were always just secretly racist.
I wouldn't even say, because like a lot of them went backwards on that. Like who am I thinking? Like H3 went backwards on all that, and so did iDubbbz. iDubbbz especially, in the sense that like iDubbbz has come out and said like, oh, the old content I used to make, like the edgelord stuff I used to do, I didn't want people to get the wrong idea, and I was attracting the wrong people with that type of content.
I remember I saw that.
Yeah. And so like. But it's just odd to see that like that like there's only a couple people who like came out of that unscathed. Like they didn't change their personality, they didn't change anything. Like I would say Vsauce, he never changed. He's been around since what, 2011, and he's never changed a bit. And matter of fact, his content was ahead of its time because when like TikTok and all this stuff came around, he just did the same thing on there and it did great. Like it's just him doing the same exact.
What's his name on TikTok?
What is it? It's funny. Yeah, I forget. He is one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite internet people of all time.
Or something
Nardwar,
like that.
I would say Nardwar's never changed the entire time. Like Nardwar, literally to the point where you going back and watch his first interviews ever, and you're like, oh, he's still the same. Like in like the early _90s, it's still the same Nardwar always. So people like that, I think, are like, and I guess it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, like just to aspire to think in terms of forever, just be the best. You don't want to like age poorly. You don't want people to look at what you do now and it be like a product of its time. I never want to be that. I always try to like think.
One thing
beyond
though,
that.
it's different with me. I feel like because part of what my goal is to, I would say, if I'm saying it now, my goal is to popularize traditional clowning.
Yeah,
when it's in the grave. It's not a dying art. Clown and mime are dead. They are it. You're not kicking the dead horse. It is a soup.
Well, do you think I think there's other people with the same goal as you though. I don't think it's just you that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, from what I found, like I was trying to work with a lot of people, and they just didn't have the same goals as me, and I just had to focus on my goals. Like,
Like,
they're
do you-
nice people, but I'm saying, like,
You think when people are trying to bring clowning back, their version of clowning is different?
I was like, I don't know, just like, I don't know. I'm not going to bring up just like beef. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, like, it's very rare that I've found someone that I'm like, has the same amount of rigor that I put myself through.
Yeah.
That I practice. I go out on the street. I try and work at libraries as much as I possibly can. I try and I'm still trying to like set that up and happen. Like I did one like 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm trying to make more of that happen. Like I'm trying to get out into the world outside of that bubble. I am trying to work in Evanston. I had an Evanston gig coming up on next Saturday. That'll be a Christmas mime thing. Ooh. My point is that I only recently met this guy named Solomon Bergquist, and I actually met him on Hinge. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm a mime. You're a mime. Let's be friends.
Mime time.
We got to stick together. You know how many mimes there are? Not that many. So, and he can do everything that I can do and more.
I think that's the real hard thing about, like, you know, trying to generate real relationships and trying to find people that can take you somewhere and people that mean something and do something meaningful. Because again, I'm a hater at heart. I look around, I don't see things that inspire me. And then when I do see the thing that inspires me, I want to like hold on to that. And so like when I say all this, I think these people are rare. I think it's like 1% of people, and then you got 99% of people. What I say is,
a lot of people
like,
want to be followers.
Yeah.
They don't want to make things or put in work to do things that are difficult.
Yes. A lot of people, and even people who make things, like, you got to be careful, because sometimes you'll realize people who make things, even, they're like a follower in disguise. It's like, oh, you don't even really care about the thing you're making. Like, you're not worried about the craft of this. You just are worried about like the whole. Like it's like a vanity thing, which is kind of weird. Like I would never write a rap song ever thinking like anything but I want to make the best song. So like I'm trying to wrap my mind around like somebody actually caring because I wouldn't care. But yeah. So it's just what I say is like 99% or 10% of people are the people who are like actually trying. So there's like that 90% of people who are just kind of doing it to do it, and that's fine. They can do it to do it, whatever. I don't care. But then there's the 10% of people who are like actually trying, and you can see it, and they're trying. But even then, there's like the 1% of people who are like dedicated and they're pushing it, maybe even like 0.5, not even 1 but 0.5, and it's that tiny group of people that you want to go find. And the 10%'s good too, but like the 10% will still keep you complacent. You need that like 0.5, and I think that's the eternal struggle. It's like you constantly have to wade through the sea of people, and you just keep having people disappoint you because you keep being like, oh, you're not like, I thought that you were like me, but you're not. Because like the thing is, again, I set ridiculous standards. Dude,
I don't think my standards are very high. I think I want someone to perform with consistently that has similar goals.
But is that?
But it's difficult.
That's not
difficult
easy
to find.
Exactly. Like when you put it in as simple terms like that, it sounds easy, but it's so much easier said than done. Because
I've only recently found Solomon Bergquist, who is better than me.
And you need somebody.
He's better than me.
Yeah. And like the thing is, it's not even like a mentorship. It's just like having the right circle.
Being around people that will push you to be your best. And that's the thing I was lacking in.
Yeah.
I was too comfortable. And also, one thing is that I've thought about recently is that I have tons of peers. So many mentors too. I am very lucky. I've searched out and found, and lots of people also that are like 35 or more that are good at their craft have luckily said, I care about him, I want to help him, I think he's an idiot, but eventually he'll, help himself too. I've been very lucky. But that being said, I have tons of mentors, tons of peers. I have very, very few friends. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I feel as though I'm more of a spectacle, especially in like the comedy scene. Like a lot of people know who Tim the Mime is. Very few people know who Tim the Mime is. They just talk to me. They go, "You're a mime?" Or it's like a funny joke. It's like, "You're a mime." It's like, well, I've noticed if I don't extend out, I could just be alone and silent. That's how I was when I was a runner. I focused on my craft, and I trained hard, and I was focused. But it's usually a lonely one, and I don't know if I want that. Have you ever thought about that, where it's like, you realize that it's like, for whatever reason, your personality or how you communicate with people is off-putting to them. I'm very straightforward. I'm very much why are we talking about nothing? Like,
I've just learned that what makes me like awkward and weird is the same thing that makes people like me and makes people think I'm funny. Like, it's all the same because I know that I'm not like normal.
Yeah, I feel like
I've learned my responses are not what people expect, and that's okay, I guess. Like,
that's the thing. It's
the
like
way
I
it
wish
is.
that more people would talk to me.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't have to make that first interaction.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't usually initiate conversations with people. Like, I wait for people
We're
to talk
not the
to me.
same then.
Well, you wait. You start a conversation.
I initiate.
Oh, I don't.
I'm always initiating. And if I don't, I sit by myself. Or I do my craft and people go, that was great. Luckily. Recently, a lot more. Or they come to a class. But I don't see many of these people outside of comedy. I don't see, any of my mentors outside of the thing that we're talking about. Right. I have maybe 2 friends, which is really all you need. But I'm saying I would like people that I see consistently.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm focusing on in my life. That's all I'm saying. That's something that I'm thinking about recently that I would like to hear where you're at. Like,
okay.
I'm recently just focusing on myself, focusing on my career and my career and my goals.
Yeah.
But it's a lonely one. And when I tried to foster community, I feel like for whatever reason, like what you said, I'm a strange guy. I've got head injuries. I was unesthetically neurodivergent in special ed as a kid. Like, I couldn't read till 4th grade or tie my shoe. So that's great, Deborah, when you're talking about your neurodivergence, how you're a cleanly person. Like when I was in elementary school, it'd be like, can we get Tim? And then you go to a small room with like a guy that bit and kicked people that then disappeared.
My man.
And then and it's like, no, I was like, this is what this means to me. So when people are like, I'm neurodivergent, it's like, so you're a special ed kid? And they're like, well, no. But I'm like, oh, why did you say it that way? You know what I mean? It's like, so, but I turned out fine. I'm a mime.
Yeah. I don't know. It's something I'm torn on because I think, like, for one, to make a good artist, to make a good anything, I think you need a certain amount of struggle, a certain amount of diversity and diversion from like normalcy. Like, it's like something I think that people don't want to admit. Like, you want to criticize the artists for the way they are as people, and you should at a certain point.
Yes.
Like, of course, people do things that are objectively bad.
Yes.
But also, it's like, that conflicted mind is what makes art. Like, you have to recognize that principle of reality, that it's like you don't get good art from a mind that just enjoys.
I think you can. I think you can. I think that
it's,
there's something that I wish people that say they're neurodivergent, I think it's okay to be a quirky person. And you don't have to say you have ADHD.
Well, no.
What if we weren't our definitions of mental illness?
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's
what I'm talking about.
That's a great point.
Not talking about gender identity or sexuality. Mental illness. It's not aesthetic. I don't want to be like this. I can't remember people's names. I know why it's named because I said it in my head a lot. But you can know people for like months and like be like, I don't know their name. That's what ADHD is like. I can be holding something and it disappears in my hand because I put it down without realizing. It's terrible. Like, this is not stuff you want. You could just be a quirky, cool person and be completely normal. Yeah. That's my statement. That's a clip that you can farm.
Well, you know what's a shame is that
normalize normal people. I'd love to be normal. I'd love to be normal.
And I think, like, as a society, we've grown more awkward and antisocial through all kinds of things. Like, you could blame social media, you could blame the internet, you could blame phones, you could blame all kinds of things, the media. I don't know what you want to blame. You could blame anything, but we don't treat people the same way we treated them like 20 years ago. We just don't look at each other the same way. Like, just sit on a train and look at what people do. Everybody's staring at their phone. Nobody looks at each other. And so, of course, we're going to act different. And I think that, like, that's got to play this big role in, like, the way that we think about things. I just feel like people don't even think this.
I hate social media.
Yeah, it's
I wish I
broken
could
us.
Throw my phone into the lake. Unfortunately, it's how I get gigs. It's how I message people. Like, I hate phones.
And I don't know how you like what you even do about it because people are
what
just
do we
so
do,
far
bro?
gone. It's just over.
What do we do? You put down your phone, see what happens. Will you make any money? Will you be able to live?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And so I don't know, like, why did I even say all that? What'd you say right before that?
I said I don't like people masquerading their neurodivergency as an aesthetic.
Oh, because like, well, I just think that people see like, people are so like naturally, because we're like this. And I wonder how kids are going to be now, because now kids are grown.
Do you think people will procreate with us?
We'll see.
Mine are gonna be mimes.
I'm a rapper. You know, I'm gonna be big one.
We're
day.
gonna be practicing rhymes today. Then we're gonna go to Tim's house and learn walls.
You heard that rap. So,
rapping mimes is kind of cool.
Rapping mimes would be a cool combo.
They'd never expect
mimes
it.
and rhymes. Mimes and rhymes. Woo! Let's go. But we could even have a cool rapper handshake. A mime needs a cool handshake with the rapper, and that's just to get
like
them.
slam poetry with mime.
Yeah.
And
maybe like
one of them's a really good beatbox.
Yeah. We'll see who.
One of them is baking too. That has nothing to do with it, but our children will be multifaceted and creative people.
Oh yeah. They could do all kinds
I don't know what soup whoever procreates with me, if I ever find love, I mean,
you will. I have faith. You will. Comment below if you think he's gonna find love.
My life the last 4 years has been terrible chaos and suffering, and I just want my days to go like this.
But you know, like how movies go, it's like it goes down and then it goes up. So if it's been bad, it's gonna go up.
I'm ready for the up.
It's up coming.
I'm ready.
That's my theory. But what was my grand point? Oh, so we're all anti-socialized. We're all like this. And so I think people, like, when they see a video saying, like, if you have these 5 symptoms, you have autism. You have these 10 symptoms, you have autism. It's like, yeah, but we all have those symptoms at this point. Like, we all are technically autistic by now.
Like, literally.
Because of the way that we've been so anti-socialized.
Like, autistic, and then I punch a dog, and people get mad at me. Like...
I mean, I just think it's funny, too, because, like, I had a brother with Asperger's, and I remember, like, there's just certain traits people have that's, like, trademarks. Like, my brother what he would do is he had, like, dirty magazines, and so he would tell jokes from dirty magazines at really inappropriate times. Like, to me, that's, like, a trademark sign of someone
that
really...
respects the people around him, that wants to share, all right? God forbid anyone have any personality at all, right?
I was entertained. For the record, I was entertained.
Yeah.
I tell this story, and I love this, but it's not the best when it's like there's my sister present, and she's like just trying her best to like not respond. Like that's the best thing she could do is just like nod and like He just told some joke about God knows. Punchline was probably. It's a family podcast today, isn't
I guess I agree with that. Like, but it's like, have some patience for people. I agree with you, though.
Well, I guess
you do. I'm not saying you don't.
Yes,
I'm just saying, like, people do need to take a chill pill.
The point I'm making is that people, like, when you're talking about something like Asperger's or autism
or
or being
even, like with
OCD,
their intrusive thoughts and
it's a very different thing when you encounter it in reality. Same thing with schizophrenia. Like, you meet somebody who's truly schizophrenic, you're like,
maybe you'll never know, though, too.
Yeah, and maybe you never know.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. I mean, how about instead of... this is a statement that I'm making that I will see how it goes.
He has a dream.
I would say... I want people to stop joking about their neurodivergence. They can only say that they're aesthetically neurodivergent if they stop doing cocaine. How many people do you know? Right? It's shocking.
Only coke, that's the only drug that you're going to draw. There's no other drugs?
Bro, I'm just saying, I think that their problems come from doing cocaine sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're otherwise normal people that do cocaine. You know why it's bad? Because it's cocaine. No, I don't want to do your cocaine.
Yeah.
Thank you for offering it. What's offering?
That was a private conversation we had before the show. I can't believe you're bringing that back up.
What's offering? You hear that word I just made? Offering? Let's not move on.
Let's proliferate. Let's proliferate
let's
after
pontificate. Let's pause it.
Let's obfuscate.
What does that mean?
I think that means like when you cover up. Actually, that one made sense. Like obfuscate. Like when you're like, when someone asks a question and then you obfuscate from the real answer. I think that's like what it is. Sometimes I say words like I'm writing a song and the word will pop in my mind that fits the rhyme scheme and I'm like, wow, that makes sense. And then I look up the word and I knew what the word meant, but I didn't know what the word meant. And I'm like, whoa, how does my brain work?
One who thinks
Because like really
all the time.
Do you ever like do a mime thing and you're like, whoa, how did I even know to do that?
Dude, all the time.
Yeah, like I'm serious. I'm serious. I'll do that. I'll be like, whoa. It's in me. The thing is built in me. I mean, like, do you think miming is like comedy where it's like you're all right for the first year, even clowning, where you're all right for the first year, 2 years, 3 years, but it's really like you need 5, 10 years to really get good at something?
I've only been miming for like 4 years.
But do you think that it really takes a long time?
Yes, I suck. I'm teaching, but because I'm better than the others and I want them to learn about mime. Like that aren't mine. Like I'm teaching that club, Mime Club.
Yeah.
Which is 5 to 7 in either room B or C every single Monday, from 5 to 7 p.m.
Where at?
Annoyance Theatre.
The Annoyance Theatre.
But anyway,
It's free.
The point is that the reason I'm teaching is because I love mime. I think it's really cool and can be used for many different things. And then also, the reason I'm teaching is because, frankly, there's no one else teaching mime here. Like I want people to know about mime.
Yeah, because you want to keep it going.
Yeah, I do know a lot more than I did 4 years ago. However, I would say, yes, it takes a lifetime. I mean, I'm not Dean Evans in L.A. I'm certainly not my teacher, Andy Weisberg, who taught mime for like 40 years, but I am the best you got. All right? So come check it out. And like last week, we talked about illusion work and cause and effect movement logic, which is like saying, like, if you do something, it has to have a reaction. If I were to just go like this versus go like this, what's happened? You saw that it hit something or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I see.
Or if I pull against something, I'll have tension. You know what I mean? If something pulls this way, then my body's got to go this way. Stuff like that. Compensation, stuff like that. Illusion work, so you're trying to be as realistic as possible to hold something. Turn it in your hand. You know, strings. You know.
Did you ever see the video of a guy? He was a stand-up comic in the 90s, and he came out like a robot, and he had this whole act.
You mean Mr. Zed?
You know, yeah. That was, I mean, would that count as mime?
He is a mime.
Yeah, that was impressive.
His name is,
there's so much of that in that, where it's like you, based on his body movement alone.
Isolations is what we call it.
Is that what, meaning what?
Isolating different parts of your body to have control over them. And the more you isolate, like if I were to be like, you know.
Right. It makes it really seem separate, like almost like dance.
Isolate. Mime is, in my opinion, one of the fundamental things of performance. It originates like from like ancient Greece. It's part of the first theater, their physical movements that they used that developed into like the mime thought processes. So I would say that's where you can first see stuff like the physical theater where they wore masks and it all like originates pretty far back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say mime is like foundation of like breaking, popping, locking, movement for actors is what they sometimes call mime. Physical acting is literally what mime is physical acting. But it allows you to have, you know, there's such things in it like sense memory where you recall like something like how it tastes or what it smells like, or sometimes you audiate, which means you replicate a sound inside your head. Like you ever talk in your head? Like going, hi, but you're saying it in your head?
Sort of. Like
say hi to me in your brain, like with the word hi.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Now you can replicate a bus passing you. You're recalling. That's what it is.
It went,
yeah. That's what we do in Mime Club. We sit in a room and we go, what does that bus sound like again?
I mean, that's what an actor is doing.
That's
truly.
Exactly what we're doing all the time.
An actor, like they're sitting in front of a green screen and they're supposed to pretend.
Any good actor will be able to replicate a bus passing in their brain.
Yeah.
Come to Mime Club so you can be a real actor.
You want to be a real actor, big-time actor? Come to Mime Club.
Legit, though, it's very helpful. I really think a lot of this stuff is extremely helpful. Like this
There's
next
a lot
Monday,
of comics
tomorrow.
and actors who got started as mimes and clowns.
Well,
I mean,
it is like,
it's
think
a
of it
big
like
start
tools.
for a lot of people.
Think of it like tools on a tool belt. stand-up comic, mime, actor, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Tools that allow you to communicate with an audience, to be able to tell a story, to be able to feel and move genuinely how you want, to be able to feel like you're 17 versus 90 versus you have some sort of like broken arm, or like you could learn how to be things like a robot or a mannequin or a marionette, or like you're moving through sludge. I mean, all of this stuff is very helpful and fun.
Yeah.
And you can make some beautiful on the performance element of the acting training, which is mime. The performance elephant.
Ooh.
Thank you. The performance element that you know as mime is just one element of it. The real stuff is what I was describing. It's allowing you to have better control and ability to communicate ideas.
Yeah.
But the performance element, like the illusion work, performance art stuff, I've seen some beautiful. It doesn't just have to be comedic. It's just a lens for how you use it. My teacher told me about one time in the 70s, he saw this guy painting a painting. And you could kind of make out what it was. There was like grass and fields, and then there was a river running through, and then a tree. And then slowly but surely, he transformed into the painting and then interacted with the space as if it were a painted world. And then he slowly transitioned out of the painting and signed it. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've seen a guy, Mr. Zed, doing amazing,
What's cool about it is there's no painting. There's nothing.
it's just in your
You,
imagination.
as the audience, get to imagine all of it.
Our imaginations are so powerful, and to learn how to use it in a positive way, I think, is something to be said. That's another thing I'm very passionate about, because how often are you using your imagination in a negative way? How often is it so easy to allow your mind to spiral or be stressed or think of terrible things, like an intrusive thought of like, oh God, what if, like, not even like a terrible intrusive thought, they're just like, you think about like, well, what if your family member dies or some bullshit randomly? You ever have that randomly where you're just like, oh shoot, that would be, I'm worried. You have anxious days. Mime Club allows for people to be present, because one of the main exercises that I do is like a body scan that's at the beginning, and it allows us to focus from the top of our head down and through our feet into the ground. And at the end, a lot of people do isolations of awareness, right? So they're going from thinking about your head to their chest. With me, I don't leave it. Like, how have you ever done a body scan?
Yeah.
With us, I go additionally. I don't go here and then we're thinking here. No, we're adding like a bar, like Lego bricks. So you're keeping your head, you're keeping the awareness, and you're adding your body. So you're like turning your body to threshold, like a lever. And then at the end, we feel into the ground, and it feels so different after that, because you're so much more aware of your tissues and breathing.
Right.
And then
And it's an awareness exercise.
the sensation of awareness is truly something.
Yeah.
And then once we do that, we close our eyes and we scan one more time down, and then we exhale, and then we open our eyes and we look around. And to me, that's what being present is. It's a achievable goal. It's not a subverse. It's not a soupy thing. It's truly, at least in this definition, a thing you can achieve. So it's not like, did I do my process? Did I get, because a lot of performers, they have like sports-oriented OCD. Have you heard of that? Where like you have to do certain things before you get on the blocks.
Yeah.
And like track. This takes that away, because it's actually a thing. Like this thing here. I'm going to ask you to do something.
Okay.
So you're going to put your hands out.
All right.
And I want you to relax your hands. I want you to shake them like this. Relax more. Shake them hard.
Okay.
They should flop. And now stop.
Do
you feel that tingling in your fingers?
Yeah.
That is the feeling of awareness. And so while we're doing these body scans, without, jostling your body around, that sensation will be throughout your entire body. And to me, that's awareness. That's intention. That's, like as a personal trainer, I learned that the more tone you have in your tissues is because you will be more aware of the muscle. The more connection neurologically to the muscle, the more definition and tone it gets.
You know Wim Hof?
Yep, I did a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like his breathing exercises and also his like stuff he said about the cold. That's a lot of the stuff that it really helped me understand holistically how that works. Because I've always been good with cold exposure, and I've always been good with breathing exercises. But like just this morning, I held my breath for about 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Usually I can get like 3 to 4 minutes every morning. And when I run, I never run out of breath. My body is tired. So it's like things like this where I know it's just because of the lifestyle I have. And it makes, I think running is a meditative exercise. I think breathing is a meditative exercise. Like just doing these things that reconnect you to your physical body and the physical world. And like the reason I think that targeted breathing thing, the meditation you described, I think the reason it works is because normally you're distracted by all these things, you're outside of yourself. To really target your body, to think, my mind, okay, now here, okay, now here, you realize, oh my gosh, I can literally just take my consciousness and point it at something.
But you're adding instead of isolating. That's what I like about Mime's specific process. You're right, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I do think that it's important to point your meditation. And meditation can be many things. I mean, if you want to watch a really long video, look at John Butler, that old British guy. That's something to look up. I could be getting his name wrong, but look up like guy with the most relaxing voice, British man, John Butler, and you'll probably find something. I'm not personally religious, but I do think that his meditation is more speaking to what we're talking about. Just the idea of presence and calm. And because at the end of it, when you're fully brought to threshold, I would say, some people in dance call that charged or whatever. I would say that your brain, it turns off the blender at that moment when we exhale. They're truly present because there's no thoughts going on in your head. You're just paying attention to what's around you. And because I personally disagree with dualism, which is mind, body. It's unhelpful and causes lots of dissociation.
Would you agree that dualism is necessary for survival?
Nope.
Because I think that like the argument, I think like at least how I understood Zen Buddhism when I learned about it was that we need dualism in order to like get to a point where we can like survive, like, oh, this is a rotten fruit as opposed to a normal fruit. That is dualism, because I'm recognizing this rotten fruit is distinctive.
I'm more talking specifically. I wouldn't disagree with that. I would say that I may be a misunderstanding.
What I'm saying is like I think dualism's built into us, and so it's
But what do you
breaking
mean by
free
dualism?
of that dualism and understanding that the dualism is actually like on top of the
so
template
I'm
of reality.
To dualism specifically.
Yeah.
I'm only arguing with, I should have specified. I disagree with dualism specifically referring to mind separated from body.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. It's
Only
a holistic.
that
Yeah.
I disagree with.
Yeah.
Not
the
talking
mind and the
about
body are
philosophy.
connected.
I'm talking about we are us.
Yeah.
It is not like, you know, the hand.
Well,
it is my hand.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's your, yeah.
if anything,
People
like
that
the
have felt
brain
lots
is
of
like the
pain
motor
have-
that runs
yeah.
the hand. The brain is the motor that runs the hand.
No,
but
you
you need
are
the
your
motor,
hand.
and the motor is the same. You are the hand. Like there's no reason to distinguish
Unless you
between
have
the
neurological issues with connection, like I had when I was a kid. I had neuropathy from being born asleep, so my dad had to do a lot of things with me to get my coordination back, and now I'm a mime.
I mean, it's just crazy to even. You ever just break that down in your mind? Like, I'll think that when I'm
I
running.
could not move the left side of my body well. Yeah.
There you go. So like anybody who's ever experienced that, while I'm running, I'll think like the only thing between me running and not running right now is
how
like
to
the
build those neural
signals I'm
pathways, yeah.
sending in
If you
my
can.
mind. And like my legs can be tired and I can feel like I want to stop, but if it's all about the signal I send myself.
We did a lot of that in
And-
cross country. The getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just when people have phantom limb syndrome, when they lose a limb, but they still have
There's
they feel
interestingness
it.
to that, isn't there? Yeah.
It's just so weird to think about, like how it's all built into you and
Mm-hmm.
such. Like you don't think about the fact that I'm moving my hands right now, but when I really think about it, like what the fuck am I moving
I don't
my
experience
hands?
that anymore. I got to be honest. That's an interesting talking point.
It's so weird.
But you just said I don't experience anymore.
You never think about that
I never.
ever? I think about that a lot.
No. I'm never like. I exist now in a different realm of. I can't describe it. I'm saying like I'm never like I'm not. My body's always kind of tingling all the time, and I rarely knock my toe into things, if that makes sense. It's not like I'm like, but I don't know how to describe it. I'm just not. I'm just more turned on. Pause.
Ooh, good.
That was
high
a good
five.
high five. Yeah. 10 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. I do think that I had a point. It related to what you were talking about too.
You're turned on.
No, before that.
Tingles, physical movement.
Wait.
We pausing again?
Pause.
But I mean, well, just the physicality.
I'm not. The thing is, I'm
and
not
the
even against
meditative
that because I'm a
nature.
queer person. But the thing is that I guess I'm saying also because that would be weird for because anyway. But the point is that I think also like this is a different note, but I like my clown and mime and my sex. I like my sex to exist here, and I like my clown and mime to be on Mars.
You never combine the two.
No. The only time I did was when I did a burlesque clown thing. But I pretty much was doing clown. I
Was it
took off-
Hannah Belmont's thing or was it something else?
Hannah Belmont. No.
She does a burlesque show.
And this
I
is
don't
in
know.
like 2020, the beginning of 2024.
Okay.
So I took off like 30 layers of pants. and then I had 30 layers of shirt, and I started in this big blue ball. And then I got down to my boxers, and I tripped on my pants. And I made like $200 in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Because I'm very sexy and cool.
That's a good way to do it. So why not do it again? It seems like a perfect.
I still would not do it again. And it was all to Barry Manilow.
I feel like that's perfect. You mean, see, the thing is, like, ooh.
That's what it was. You know I can't smile without you. Do you like Barry Manilow?
I don't really know much Barry Manilow,
Dude.
if I'm being honest.
Dude, Copacabana.
Oh, see, I probably
The
know it.
hottest spot north
Yeah.
of... Dude, I would rock out to Barry Manilow every day.
Every
while
day?
eating Mexican food.
Look at
That's a
you.
good time.
There's so much music and so many movies, like so much music I haven't heard and so many movies I
Still haven't seen like Moonstruck or whatever. It's
Yeah,
called.
like it's just crazy when people
So much
mention
to look
things.
at, bro. That's
But
the thing about our generation.
it's a beautiful
How do
thing.
we get to it though? I'm never gonna. I only recently watched Pulp Fiction, and it was just okay.
That's the beautiful thing is you get to look at all these movies and you are allowed to not like them.
Oh, it's
so great.
good. It's so good. I really liked it. I really liked it. It's just I know they're just gonna be like,
I feel like
Pulp Fiction is one of the greatest movies ever. You're an idiot.
yeah, Inglorious Bastards I like more. I also like his movie before
Once
that more.
Upon a Time in
Reservoir
Hollywood.
Dogs more. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood
That
is
was
very good.
That was
It's still very good.
I like when he battled his alcohol addiction, and then he was able to achieve what he once was in front of that child and inspired the kid. And then she was like, that was the best acting I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's good acting. That's good Leo being like a good actor again, not just being like, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio and I'm being wacky in this film. I want an Oscar. Let me eat this bison.
The main criticism I've seen of him is that he
Dates 25-year-olds.
Well, there's that one. But I mean, of his acting is that he yells, and I can't unsee it. Like he does. What I've noticed about him is he goes big. Like he always goes big, and I think it's a safe choice.
Yeah, let me
And
know
he
it.
doesn't have like a nuance.
We would have done it better.
But that's the thing. I'm like speaking outside. I'm speaking as like armchair actor Ruse that never been in a film ever. So I'm probably like I have no idea what it's like. I'm just saying that I feel like I've seen him do reserved performances, and so when he plays it big, it's almost like he's like that's not the best he can do. Like he's almost better when he plays like more of a
I
does
like
more of a
Mandy
character actor
Patinkin
kind
more
of
as
thing.
an actor.
Who?
Mandy Patinkin. He
I don't
played
know.
Inigo Montoya.
Oh yeah, yes, very nice.
More
very
sword
nice.
fighting movies.
I mean,
More.
more sword fighting movies. I was saying recently, maybe more spy movies. I think
I would watch a spy movie.
I don't think there's very many of those. The only magic movie is Now You See It, and like, come on, we can do better. Like, can we do
have to
another
pee.
magic movie? Oh, you have fun.
I want you to freestyle rap in this like 2 minutes.
Freestyle rap. Freestyle rapping. Look at me. This guy's going over there because he had to pee. Yeah. Hey, you think that's good? It's a tragedy. But it's something that I don't think that you have to see. And so, because of that, he went off the camera because when he's peeing, he don't want y'all to stare at, bruh. You already know what's going on. It's there in the penis in the toilet, and the shit is on damage. I said it's damaging. I said it's gonna break you. I said, yo, you saw it? Well, this is now the take 2. That was the take 1, and we taking another one again. That's a take with the pee and a take with my friend. You can't pick your friends, and you can pick their nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose, and you can't pick your garden, and you can't pick a tree, and you can pick a guitar, and you can't pick a guitar pick, and you can't pick a hard thing while you're peeing. You don't want that to be hard. You want it to be soft while you're fleeing the urine. You're in a situation, you're doing a podcast, but you can feel some urination. So instead, you stand up and you walk over there. Thank God the bathroom's right there, because you were getting scared. You thought you had to pee, but don't worry, it's all good, dude, because we can come back and you'll look good. True, I said you'll look so great. You'll be like, man, I'm fly. I had to kind of pee, but now I'm a cool guy. I had to pee so bad I was about to explode my lid, but then I went and then I exposed my shit. I went and brushed my teeth while I was in the bathroom. I washed my hands, and then I looked at you, and then I looked at me, and I said I look great. And then I said, dude, let's go on a date. And then I said, why? And he said, because I just peed. I was feeling pretty good. I'm like, damn, bro, you freed. That pee really changed everything inside your mind. Before, you was all right, but now you doing fine. Now you doing great. Now you's on the grind. Said, before you was all right, but now you's trying to climb. I think that, if I'm honest, you're strong, tough. I think that pee had you all blocked up. I think that's pretty sad that you had a situation, but I'm glad that you out of it after you went through urination, because that really changed you, and that really changed me, and it really changed the situation. That changed 3. That's not 1, that's not 2, that's 3 of us, and that's a great thing, and I'm glad that you peed, my bro, my friend who also pees. Your hands are wet, but don't worry, it set you free. Ooh. So at the very end of the show, I think we're about at our time limit. So at the very end of the show, we try to do is, 1, a message for the children.
Did we ever get to a point
where we started? Like, do we ever, I mean, like, we can start now. We can start now and
let's
start
do
over.
1 point.
All right. Let's make one. This is what I try and do at the very. This is gonna be the point we make.
Okay.
Because
got it.
I think we made a couple. I think we at least got to 1 point or 2.
We got 1 clip farm moment.
1 clip farm moment, 1 point, and I think we got 2 good raps out of it. So at this point, the message for the children, the kids who are sitting down, they're on the
that
school.
song I wrote, Ice Ice Baby. I wrote that.
That I didn't even know you named it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a name.
I'm sort of a lyrical poet.
A lyrical miracle.
Miracle Whip. That's what they call me on the street.
It's your street name.
Oh, God, wait.
Yeah, the more you think about it.
I meant like Cool Whip, like white, not like whip, Anyway.
That was a layered name. That was layered.
That's why I don't talk when I'm funny.
Anyway, message for the children. The kids on the school bus, they're listening to this. They know that we're wise men. You said, you're like, what, 35? I told you I was 43. We're mature men. We know a lot about life. We've been through things. And so the kids know that, and they see us, and they know that we have information inside of our heads that we can share. And so what you're going to do now is you're going to give them the one final nugget of knowledge, the piece of truth that you hang on to that you can give to the children and they can use in their lives after they get off the school bus. That's what you're going to do. You're going to give them that information. And also, second, the social medias, which you Also, a first I don't think anybody ever does that, actually. You gave them the Instagram right away. People never do that. They always forget to give the social medias. So social medias where they can find
That's
you.
because I'm a conniving, manipulative asshole.
But it was impressive nonetheless. Because most people just say, I'm Tim the Mime. They don't go.
It goes one or two ways. Another conversation. It goes one or you're never getting out of here, Wyatt.
Hold on.
But legitimately, that is a good one. My friend who just got out of college, he was like, Tim, I thought I was good at networking until I met you. And I was like, Jesus, dude, what if every single interaction doesn't have to lead to something? You know what I mean? Because they were like, anytime you talk to someone in the comedy scene, it's got to be, because you might know them later. And I'm like, yeah, let's all fucking, do crack cocaine in the bathroom. Everything's great. No,
we're all
stop
just
it.
Gary V.
Well, like, you need to make, I loved Gary V when I was 18.
Me too.
Oh my God. My hands are wet because I washed them. No other reason. But
I believe you. Don't worry.
No, they're wet, aren't they?
They are. Well, they were very lubricated when you came out of that room, to the point where you could squish them together and make a smush sound. That's that takes a lot.
So, but I do think that there's something to be said about. I hate networking. I hate that we have to use social media to gain ability to perform the art and get more opportunities through our art.
Yeah. I hate that
wish I could
feels
throw
like
it
an
into a
obligation.
lake. I really wish so.
Yeah, I do too, and I hate that it feels like an obligation. I hate that the way that our economy, the way the world is built, it's impossible to not be your own manager unless you have a bunch of extra money lying around, and so you have to do all this. You have to post. You have to transform your art form into this piece of content.
Monetize.
You have to find a way to monetize it, find a way to sell it.
Is that bad?
Oh no, you're all good. We have to find a way to monetize it, find a way to sell it. You have to find a way to do all these things. And what you really want to do as the artist is just create. And in this world we live in now, it's next to impossible. Like, I think...
especially in the comedy scene, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
First of all, to have people just not get offended by you unabashedly saying, this is what I do. What I do has value. Here it is. In the same sense, just like in the comedy scene, the lack of paying.
Yeah, right.
Freaking, I do mime gigs for like $500 for like an hour and a half to 2 hours at most.
Yeah.
And sometimes, though, people message me on Gig Salad knowing my rate, which is actually very low. And they go, could you come for 4.5 hours and entertain 200 people? I said, okay. $700 because I'm commuting to Wisconsin for that, and they're like, my stomach rumbled when it.
Just thinking about it made his stomach rumble. Trying to force one?
No, I think it picked it up.
In post, I'll go in and I'll try to count it.
But there we go. You're doing such a great job.
Thank you. Well, dude, my ventriloquism's good, right?
Yeah, it's really good. So much. It's really good. Thanks. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. Are you talking? Yeah, I'm live. Wow, these guys are good. But that whole thing of like,
there's somebody in your hand. It's got you. Oh my God. Somebody stop him!
I can do frog. This is a clip farm moment.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You got good animal sounds. Mm-hmm. My best animal sound. You want to hear it? Or a cat in heat.
Wow.
See, I got the animals
Yeah,
going.
check it out.
And also do a goat.
I can do those as well. Wait, name animals and I'll do them.
A cow.
Mm.
All right, give me... Oh. Any bird. Whoa. You do an owl? A chicken. Rooster.
No. Chickens are like, people don't know what chicken sounds like. They're not like, bark. They're like, I have chickens. Damn it. I can't do it right now. Hold on.
Educate us.
It's like,
Yeah, and then you startle them and they're like... Yeah. Oh, it builds up.
and then a rooster is,
You do a pig? Dude, you're good.
see. Well, another one.
Monkey. Oh, what's those geese?
What do geese sound like?
That one's...
You do one.
I've been trying... I always have to look a clip up. I never can get it right. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's... Dude, you're good.
Yeah, I'm really good. Well, you ever watch VeggieTales?
No, not really. They do animal sounds in there?
No, but I can do that. Hi, kids. I'm Bob the Tomato. And I'm Larry the Cucumber, and this is VeggieTales. Hi, Bob. Look at my ukulele. I'm pretty sure that's a unicycle, Larry. I know that because God killed a ton of babies in the Old Testament. And remember, kids, God made you special, and he loves you very much. And then, yeah. Are you telling me you're divorcing your wife because she was being very silly? What? No, because I said she was fucking goofy. Well, I do it again.
Can you do SpongeBob? Can you do SpongeBob laugh? God, you are just full of surprises.
These are such good impressions. You're a really good host. This is really good.
Dude.
But what's the other?
You are blowing me away right now. Because the thing is, most people can't really do the sounds very well.
Is mayonnaise
but you know how to use your throat. Like, you know how to actually, like, throw your voice. Like, you know how to do it. Most people don't know how to do it. You're good. Like, you're good. Because when you make animal sounds, I can tell you're, like, feeling the animal. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're imagining yourself as the animal.
I am pig. I am pig.
I can tell. I know that's what you're doing.
I love pork.
You're like so into it.
But I don't like cops.
Ooh, good high five.
Dude, we're doing good high fives today.
Good host.
Can I get a dap? Oh, wait, what about the clap one? No.
How do you do the clap?
No. Wait.
You're gonna have to educate me.
You just relax your hand.
Oh, you mean like clasp. You mean the clasp.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Wow.
We nailed
Wait,
it.
do a softer one so it makes the... Wait.
Soft?
Wait, the...
How soft?
Yeah, like it makes that noise. Yeah. That was good.
Clasping.
Okay, yeah, let's
Let's wrap this up.
let's wrap this up. All right, I got things to do.
I got things to do,
I got
yeah.
business to attend.
Come on here. What kind of podcast is this? You got me talking for
I should plug this. When will you post this, by the way?
soon. This will be out within the next week or so. So this is your moment. Yeah, if you got any shows coming up, any plugs, anything.
Remember, I respect all types of clowning. I do respect all of them. But I just think that there's differentiation between the two.
I just like how throughout the podcast,
I'm defending myself to the nail. I'm not gonna. Don't get it twisted.
like every now and then you'll be like, by the way, to my point earlier.
I will never not put myself in a good position. Never again.
We continue.
We can edit that out, right?
If you really want. I
No.
don't think it matters,
No,
dude.
it's
I don't think
okay.
it matters.
No one's gonna watch this. This has a million
we
views.
can edit that out, right? And they watch the pod. They're like, this is a 10-minute podcast. What did they edit out? You know, everything. We just cut out everything. You know, I can cut out everything if you need. Make it 10 minutes. It's just the animal noises. The whole podcast.
You ask the questions whenever you ask them. You can just cut back to whatever animal noise I did.
Good idea. That one's Velociraptor, by the way. That's what that one is.
Soink, Scoob. I don't think we're supposed to be in here, you know? Raggy.
Scrappy Doo?
Raggy.
Oh, God. Everybody hates that guy.
Yes. Oh, so, but yeah.
The quality silence right there. I
Some
think it's
quality mime.
It's probably our only silence so far. It was right there.
Mm-hmm.
For a mime, you're
you just-
doing good.
People have said, Tim, you're the most talkative mime I've ever met. I said, I'm the only mime you've ever met. Don't get it twisted.
Who are you comparing me to?
But what was
Tell me how many
what-
mimes you know right now.
What was the question? Oh, you should have Solomon Burquest on.
Yeah, if you got mime, well, for one, you know what I love about having anybody like you on, anybody on at all, is like I don't want this to be like we were saying earlier about like being broad and like having your interests be big like that, and how you can learn from everything. I think there's a principle to be displayed in that, and I want this podcast to be everything. Like you're a mime. I've had a lot of comedians on. I want everybody on here, and I want to learn from everybody. So if you got anybody you know, anybody,
I feel like we didn't even talk about mime that much.
I think we spent a good hour.
Like the performance element of it.
Well, yes, but you know what's
Next
so great
time.
about that? Next time, and also, like, I think that, it's like I said to you before, I think that most of the time, people they're so targeted, they're so trying to do something that they can't get lost in the creativity of something. And I think when you just have a fun conversation with somebody, you find things.
Dude, we have like
find
7
stuff.
different genres of hate crime in this podcast.
And I can't wait for it to be documented on the internet, you know?
But remember, drink milk and always talk to adult strangers.
There's another crime right there. You just laid out another one.
But
number
okay,
9.
wait. So what was the thing you said? The advice to children, and
That's
then
yeah.
plug-
I think that was your advice, right? Drink milk and talk to strangers.
No, that's not my advice. Did you actually have advice, or is that just a bit? That
Well,
you're
I
saying?
always do that, and you know what's funny? You never know what people are going to say. Like, people sometimes have legitimate advice. Sometimes people answer with the joke. You never really know. I've gotten a lot of like people to say have like uplifting advice at the very. You never know what
I would
somebody's going to
say
say.
yes.
So you go for
Get off
whatever
the
strikes
internet,
you.
dude.
Get off the internet.
Get off the internet
That's a
right
good one.
now.
Get off the
Go
internet.
outside, drink some milk.
You listen to this whole podcast. You definitely need off the internet.
You need 3 points from this podcast. You need 3 points if you listen to this podcast. 1, 2, learn mime. 3, drink milk. 4, check out Annoyance Theatre.
Mondays.
Every single Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. in room B or C, there's Mime Club. After that, there's the short form jam run by Tyler Garamella and Brandon Trapp, which is also free, and you don't have to be a student to go there. I highly recommend that you check it out. They're fantastic teachers. Besides that, there's the long form jam, which is at 9:30 p.m. And you don't have to be a student. Just come check it out. Ellie and Mary run that. They're also very nice and do a very good job. Besides that, just look on the Instagram for Annoyance. I don't work at this place, but I just thoroughly enjoy this theater. I think it's the best one. It doesn't feel as stuffy as I.O. or Second City. Not as many people are going to like rip you apart because they want to be on SNL or whatever. I really enjoy this theater. I think this is where the comedy scene hangs out, and I think that the Annoyance Theater helps people find their voice as an artist, and also supports them and gives them chances to learn and grow and figure out who they are as a person. So I really like that theater. Also, they have hot dogs and candy that you can buy, and it's very well priced, and a full bar. Anyway, that's my end plug for the Annoyance. I would say follow me at Tim the Mime. See what kind of nonsense I post. If you're interested in learning mime, just DM me. I'll add you to a group chat with about 17 people. We've had about 7 people consistent so far. The next week of mime class will be slow burns and physical escalation, which is things in regard to clown, and you'll learn some mime in that class too. besides that,
Why are all the mimes fighting? It's physical escalation.
it's physical.
right?
Well, I mean, it doesn't even need to be well, you learn in this class that it doesn't need to even be violence. It's just that, like, imagine you go down to pick something up, right? And then your hat falls off. And then you go and try and pick up your hat. And then you kick it
Like
by
raising the
accident.
stakes.
Yep. Constantly
Yeah.
feeling where
And
you
that's
can...
scene building, too.
Mhm. It all relates to things. It all relates. Oh, and then in Sundays in December, I'm in a show called Lights, Camera, Distraction at Second City in Donnie's Skybox. This is a good fun to clip farm or whatever. Sundays in December, I'm in Donnie's Skybox Theater in a show called Lights, Camera, Distraction, written by Chris Kivlahan, who wrote and directed this. He's done a great job, and people like Declan Rhodes are in this, Declan Parker Rhodes. Some of the people from Wet Mouth, who is a sketch comedy group online, I really would recommend checking it out. Wonderful, nice people in this cast. Some of the other cast members I'm blanking on because of head injuries, so you can't be mad at me. Follow that page. Please watch it. It's every Sunday at 6 p.m. in December. And if you come to Mime Club, just know that people will ridicule you and hate you. And that's okay.
That's the end of your
That's the end of myself.
Just know if you show up.
You're gonna
We're
get
gonna
roasted.
point and we're gonna laugh.
It's very likely your family will disown you, and people like hitting mimes. So, but you will be better than others. So that's how it works.
It'll be like the movie
really
Whiplash.
good object work, Whiplash, but it's just someone beating you, and there's no music. We
But don't
like
worry, the
sound.
hammer's invisible. It's an invisible hammer.
No, but legitimately, check out Mime Club. Check out Lights, Camera, Distraction. Follow Tim the Mime on Instagram, and follow Ruse Official on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, Ruse_official, Instagram, TikTok, podcast. We do an episode every 3 days. Like I said, unrealistic standards. That's what it is. We're trying to do 120 episodes this year.
Oh, and comment your favorite type of food or / Mexican food, because Mexican food is my favorite.
And I remember what I said earlier, too, so comment 2 things. You got 2 calls to action here. 1, comment your favorite type, and then also 2, if he's going to find love or not. Do you think he's going to find love or no? I want to know what you guys think, because he said he's solid no. I think he's going to find love. But for real, though, appreciate you guys for watching. Yeah, new music out all the time, too. As we drop this, my new song, A Perfect Circle, just came out, and then I have another song coming out next week called Starter Pack. It's November 2025. Those songs just came out. Starter Pack's one of my favorite songs I've ever written.
Is it as good as my Vanilla Ice cover?
I don't know, because that was like, honestly, that was historic. What I heard, I'll have to go back and hear it again, but I just remember
Make
feeling...
sure to EQ it.
Yeah, I will. When I was beatboxing, I was kind of like focused. I was in the moment. I was in my like beatbox pocket, so I couldn't really I couldn't properly process everything you wrote. But when I go back and listen to it, I'm pretty sure it was one of the top 5 rap verses of all time.
I'm quite good at things. Some people say, wow, you're really good at stuff. And I go, you know what? Thank you, DePaul student. Come to Mime Club. It's every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. in room B or C, and it's free. And actually, there's a circus club at DePaul, and you should check it out too. And then they go, who are you? Get out of my house. And I go, wow. It's crazy because you actually said... What did they say at the beginning?
Wow, you're good at stuff.
Wow, you're good at stuff.
Yeah.
So why are they complimenting me while I'm stealing food from their kitchen?
Maybe they thought, maybe you misheard, or maybe when you were walking
Maybe
in,
it was when they said you're good at stuff, they really said, Jesus Christ, get out of my house.
Yeah, maybe. Or they were talking to their brother, because their brother poured a bowl of cereal. And
Maybe the brother.
Good at pouring cereal.
What kind of cereal's your favorite?
It used to be Reese's Puffs when I was younger, and then it was Frosted Flakes for a while. But now...
He's like looking at the time. He's like... Wait, has this been 2 hours and 26 minutes?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours now.
God, we're really good at this.
My longest episode is a little over 4. But I honestly, it's a gift and a curse to talk this long.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
you're the same as me.
No, I've edited things. I understand. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not editing. It's a gift and a curse in the sense that I can just do this forever. I could keep going.
Me too.
I have to learn to limit. I have to like cut myself off. I have to be like, no, stop.
Hey,
That's what I have to
treat yourself better.
like you're not allowed today.
What
Stop.
are your thoughts on Chris Kringle
Well,
Market? Have you
I
ever
wasn't
been?
talking about cereal. Well, let me hold on. My favorite cereal now, Honey Bunches of Oats, and I really like the almond one, but I prefer the regular one. Jeez, dude, hold your horses.
Sorry.
You get to finish talking about. You can pet them too if you want. But yeah, honestly, truly, dude, I could go for another hour. The only reason we're not is because we actually have time constraints today. So it was a pleasure having you here, for real. Thank you for being here. We are good at
You're
this.
welcome.
We're good
Thanks for
yappers.
having me.
Certified yappers today on Ruse Radio. You already told them the social medias. You already told them everything. I think we told them everywhere they can find every single thing. But for real, support miming. That's what I should say. That's my final message. Support. What the thing is, you guys got to understand that support starts with literally one small action. Like changing the world starts with changing someone's day, and you never know what that's going to be. So I think that if you really like something, if you really believe in it, you have to take real actions in the physical world to prove it. Like if you're somebody who likes movies, you have to go to the movies. You have to like support movies in the real world and like talk about them, because otherwise movies will just disappear because no one's showing the love that needs to be showed to these things. And it's the same thing with any art form. And, there's always going to be somebody who is dedicated. Like, I think about that when I watch a movie sometimes. This is somebody's favorite movie. Anytime you look at an art form, this is someone's favorite thing. Someone dedicates their whole life to this. So if you have any interest at all in any miming, anything in theater, anything in performance arts, make sure you show love to that thing, because the theater needs it, and these people need to feel that, and they need to understand that there's a purpose in what they're doing. Because otherwise, what the heck
There
are
is
we
no
doing?
purpose in what we're doing.
Yeah, but doesn't it feel at least comforting to have the illusion?
I mean, yeah. You should pay $20 for an improv show that your friend asked you to go to.
For the illusion of...
Go pay that $20.
Do it, please.
It's really good. It's worth it. And you should go to your friends' improv shows,
And
but
no,
ask for a comp. Ask for a comp.
Ask first. And the thing is, you might actually enjoy it. The thing is, you're thinking,
I'll tell you this. This is what I'll say. You know how like people go, okay, bad stand-up is kind of good to watch, and also, but bad improv, if you paid for it, is terrible.
yeah.
Bad
Heard that.
mime, arguably the worst possible thing in the world. In this specific like thing we're talking about, there's worse things in the world than bad mime. But yeah, so why that is important to say is because if you want to have people, this is my end plug.
Ooh.
Third plug. You ever go, "Whoa, I'm in an improv scene and I want to be I'm in an improv scene about wait.
Have you ever had a dream that you were?
Have you ever been in an improv scene about like Greek mythology and you're like, oh, I wanna be that statue, but I don't know how. Have you ever been like a comedian and you thought, I want to fall down in a silly way, but I don't know how? Have you ever thought, I really want to do, I want to move like a robot, but I don't know how? Have you ever thought like, what? If you're like, Tim, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm sorry. Thank you for saying sorry, you say. And then you say, what if I just didn't, what if I did something besides just standing? Come to Mime Club. We do things. Sometimes it's helpful. Other times it's not. It's fun. You're going to have to cut that too.
If you want to know how to do things, go to Mime Club. You want to be a statue? You want to be a robot? You want stuff and things?
You want to go
Come
beep,
on.
beep, beep,
Beep, beep, shoop, 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 shoop.
That's very good.
Wait, how the fuck? All right.
What you're doing is called tick and talk, and sometimes referred to as click.
And clock?
I wish. But tick actually, I thought was about time. But it's about the start. I could be wrong. The start of like a motion, the snap, and then the talk is the end of it, and the release into relaxation. So like with robot though, it'd be like, because they go like.
Yeah.
You know? So with robot, the tick would be like.
Like a jiggle.
Do you see how it's like tensing and then starting?
Yeah.
And then it's stopping? So the tick would be like the.
Right.
And then the talk is the.
Like a motor
so it's
function.
Like tick, talk. And that's the end.
Right.
Tick, talk. So all of that is like, you know, the cause and effect thing. It's like the tick, talk.
You
have to have like.
Because you're creating like a physical reality. Like by, like it's as if you were being controlled by a series of...
You need cause and effect too. You need isolations, cause and effect, fixed point, stuff that we talk about in Mime Club. And all I ask is that you come in and check it out. And then if you're interested, come back. And then each time will be like just come back with some like 60-second thing utilizing something of that we talked about last week and make some sort of narrative with it. That's it. It's pretty fun.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, dude. And this is how we wrap
So you're
it
gonna
up.
buy me food, right?
Oh, yeah. Mexican restaurants everywhere. Yeah. I'm going to buy you food.
That's not how it works.
As he walks out, I'll give him like 3 quarters.
He's gonna slam the door, and then he's gonna close his real door.
I'll be like, nice to have you. Around the corner.
Fuck you, Mime. Yeah.
Well, Mime time is over here on...
Wait, I got another idea.
Ruse Radio. Clocking out. Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block. It's a balance in the character that's calm and collect. It's apparent his caricature is lost in the mess. It's hysterical, the picture that they put to his face. It's a confidence administered to earn their respect. Live a little light a candle.